Good evening everybody. Thank you ever so much for the subs whilst I was getting set up. That's amazing. A level 2 hype train and I hadn't even started yet, so thank you very much everyone. Let me just go on into the scene and then we'll turn on the background music and that should work okay. There we go, fantastic. Thank you everyone. Thank you, who do we have? We had Darkwing, Glazelle, John and Vesamora. Thank you all for the subs. That's very kind of you. And what's that? Agony Zio. Thank you very much for the follow. And welcome everybody. Good evening, Mushy, Pythyball, Dan. Lots of people. Angelia, Darkwing, Vesa's there, Snack. Then we've got Drizzling Rose is here. Lazelle's here. Lots and lots of people. John and. Just quickly scanning up here, there's lots and lots of things there. Coffee Cat and Metcat. Good evening, one all. Metcat was here first. Good evening, Gold. Hope you're doing well. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for stopping by. Apologies for the slightly delayed start there. I was just getting myself set up. I've been out and about today, sort of busy doing everything and stuff with the family. So it's lovely to come back and get back into some WoW tonight. What's on the t-shirt today? We have, actually today's one is the Great Wave. It's a Ponyo reference with a Great Wave, and it's got Ponyo here, just at the top here, with a big circle. I think this is the one that's on my main screen, actually. Oh wow, amazing! Thank you, Agonizio. Thank you very much for using your Prime. That's incredibly kind of you. And also, wow, Lizelle and Happiest Fun Rock for gifting subs. Thank you. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. And I got an emote. That's even better. Thank you very much. And we're up to level 3 on the hype train. That's fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. Oh, it's shirts, actually, Rashi. Shirts. There we go. That's the one. I think it's that one. It's one of them. Or is it t-shirt? I can't remember my own commands. I need to change the command anyway, because we've got the Wowhead blog to do as well in a moment. Let me just bring that one up. And the diet, thank you very much. Using your Prime, indeed, thank you very much indeed. For 4 months, thank you very much. That's incredibly kind of you. Let's see, a lot of emotes for everyone in the chat. Thank you all. Lovely to have you. I hope you've had a lovely week so far. Lots of gold making, I hope. And lots of fun in World of Warcraft. Let me just check my commands. Which one is it? Bags... Learn. Oh, it's on a timer one. It was that. It's yeah, it's t-shirts. That's it. That's the one we were looking for, Mashi. T-shirts. That's the one. There we go. The QWERTY link there. There's a referral link. So if you do like the t-shirts I wear, there's loads of really cool ones on QWERTY. I do encourage you to check them out. It's the best place to get t-shirts for sure. Least you can do, follow my guys has made you just under 800k in the last 2 weeks. Oh, fantastic. That's brilliant. Congratulations. Internal auction fun. Something like that, definitely. But that's amazing. Thank you all for coming in and your support. Your presence here is most appreciated, so thank you all. I hope you had a lovely week. We'll get into the Wowhead blog in a moment. We're going to be talking through what kind of plans people are going to have for between now and when Shadowlands comes out. So it may be a little while, but let's see what kind of things we could possibly have in that time. Corpse Boys, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Good evening, Gindi. And you're going for Gold Camp. Is that your target? You got the rat? Ah, fantastic. I do need to get the rat still. I would like to get that for Samadan to go around on. I think that would be brilliant. Have you had any luck selling the Swift Lovebird? Not me personally, no. I haven't tried selling any of the mounts. That list that was on there on the Wowhead blog is literally just what I captured what was on my auction house window. And Marsburg, thank you very much. Well, 12 months as well for you. That's 2. John and Marsburg, thank you very much. That's a whole year of support. That is really appreciated. So thank you very much. That's incredibly kind of you. So thank you both. Let's see, lots of emotes for you. A whole year of everything. That's absolutely brilliant. You took the plunge into multi-boxing today. You spent all your saved gold on 2 BFAs and 2 of the 50% off first month game times. We already made 50,000 in herbing as a 3-box team. Interesting, Drizzling Rose. It is something I am intrigued by. I've not taken the plunge yet, simply because it's down to, for me, it's down to sort of time and slightly inclination, and my goals at the moment are more targeted towards professions at the moment. You spent 360,000 on veiled crystals. Wow, that is a huge amount. I haven't checked my accounts for January. I'm still behind on that. I've got so much to catch up on. So let me just first off check the Wowhead blog, because I believe it just went live. So let me just make sure that that is linked to in the command. So I'll copy that, and then we'll go and talk about that first and foremost, as well as saying hello to all you lovely people. Commands onto, where is it? Wowhead, edit that one. And then we can change that to be the latest one. And then hopefully, if you then go, what's going on with TSM? It says it's out of date. Is it really? Has there been a recent update? I know they have pushed out quite a few at the moment. But that could be an issue. I'll have a look at that when I actually get into WoW in a moment. And let me just check this link, Wowhead, and that should give us the link to the 112th edition. There we go. So we've got that, and move that on over to there. And move that over here. There we go. That should work. Oh, there we go. The hype chain's done. Thank you very much, everyone, for all of your subs and everything in that hype train. That's absolutely amazing. So thank you all. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Let me just pop that there, and then we can go through on here, just do that. There we go. Right, okay, let's get ourselves set up. Not sure you've been on since Friday and got back in and it's jacked. Okay, maybe just double check that your TSM has updated and make sure the app has gone through everything before maybe give WoW a reload. I'll just have a quick look here, and according to my TSM, it seems to be on version 4.9.26 at the moment. So that is the current version of TSM that I'm currently running, and it seems to be running okay at the moment. I didn't have any errors when I came on earlier, so just double check that. Maybe you're on a slightly older version, or the app hasn't updated it yet. New headphones? No, these are the same headphones. These AKG K90s or something. I've always had these ones. These I really like these ones. It's probably just the lighting or the positioning of them that makes them look slightly different. And I'm looking across, so you're probably seeing the gold edging there or something like that. If you don't run WoW through the launcher, update WoW as well. Yes, I did have an update yesterday, I think it was. There we go. Reloading now. Excellent. Right, okay, so let's have a look. So the Wowhead blog, let's have a look. And bring that up. There we go. So the things I was going to write about this week was mainly about sort of, well, what's been happening in, what sort of things we can do between now and Shadowlands. It's kind of like 8.3 has now been released. Let's go down to the actually beginning. So basically, a look into the months ahead is the topic of this week. So what could we possibly do in this time? Because Zoth has been defeated. This is the final patch, Battle for Azeroth. So we've got between now and when Shadowlands releases to decide what kind of things we could possibly do. There's absolutely loads of stuff, especially as a gold maker. There's so many different diverse things that we could focus on and set some goals between now and then. As Mushy mentioned earlier about getting gold cap, that's a really good one. I saw Jesse D posted on Twitter that they had reached their goal of getting 100 million gold. Liquid was absolutely amazing, and I'm not so much focusing on that. Mine's going to be professions, which I'll get into a little bit later on. But I went through and just kind of thought about all the different things that we could possibly do as a gold maker. What kind of things could we look at? And the first thing was maximizing your mains. Is basically carry on playing the game, carry on leveling up your main character, because from this point onwards we're just going to get more and more powerful. We're going to get our cloaks and corrupted gear even more powerful and be able to take on more and more corruption. So our effective eye level is going to get higher, and then maybe our characters will be able to do things like go through and farm dungeons more quickly and effectively. You want to keep Blue Hat, but keep on subbing. Right, yes. That's the problem with the hats, isn't it? They do change. The 5 months to the 6 months. And then when you go to 12 months, it's... I can't remember what colour is it. Is it the gold? Yes, it's the gold ones John's got there. Now you've got the gold hat, which is even better. And I don't, because I'm still affiliate, I don't have anything beyond 12 months at this stage, because then we could have a maybe a rainbow hat for 2 years or something like that. I'm not sure, or a diamond hat, gold magni on us or something like that. I'm not sure. Open to ideas once I get partnership. Right now your goal is getting your new characters leveled so you can get tools of the trade, tailoring and farm cloth for gold and enchanting flips, and then make the 5 million for the birthday present and then save up for whatever comes in Shadowlands. I think that's a pretty good set of goals, Drizzling Rose, definitely. You're still going for the long boy. After that you're thinking of going Alliance, you're tired of Horde. Fair enough, Snack. I'll probably do the same, but go Horde and try that out, because I'd love to do the quest line for the Horde side. We'll try that tomorrow after you finish your engineering to level up. I wonder how prices will drop after the farm on Reddit. This is true, Metket. Once things do get advertised, then a lot of people do try them out, but I'm all for sharing as much information as possible. So there's some really good runs on this thread about farming the Mark II engineering mount, and I saw there was another one in the thread that was a rogue going through at 410, which I'd be tempted to try on Samadan, but he's not an engineer, so I'd have to get myself another rogue and an engineer for that. A cat hat, that's a good idea, Gindi, I like that one. You didn't know I wrote the articles? Yes, I took over from Gumdrops once he retired his gold making, so he very kindly passed the baton on to me, so it was incredibly kind of him. Jesse wanted to share my name to get the long boy on Reddit. Yes, I did, Metcat. I didn't report it here because I didn't feel like it was worth. It kind of like didn't feel right to sort of blow my own trumpet as such. But it was a lovely, heartwarming tale of someone making their goals. So and getting enough for the Brutosaur mount. So it was very nice to see. Adriana, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. I missed out a few a little bit. Oh, your birthday's in April, yeah. That was for Drizzling Rose, was it? He uses the name Lane. Ah, right, I see. There we go. Specker, have I said hello to you? If I haven't, hello to you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on board. Right, okay, so we're talking about the Wowhead blog and about all the things, all the different goals and things we might have with our the next few months ahead. So we first talked about maximising your mains and just carry on playing your main characters. I've still got a lot I could do on Samadan. I believe his actual character level, his item level, is only 404, so there's a lot we could do here. He actually has 0 corruption gear on him as well. The first person to get corruption gear was actually Samadan, my rogue. He's got his first bit of corrupted gear, which is quite interesting. Persephone, good evening to you. Peace Bloom gathering to your long boy. You'll state no time at all. Absolutely. Depends on the price of Peace Bloom on your server. See how much ghost iron you can farm in the first half of the stream. Good idea, Drizzling Rose. You can always turn that into living steel. British Bum, how are you? Finally caught one of the streams, although you're cooking dinner at the moment. No problem, thank you for stopping by. I've seen you in various streams throughout the week, so lovely to see you here. And I'm missing a lot with blacksmithing, so I need to get on it. Yes, definitely. That's a that's a definite one on my list of things to do. I've been very, very slow in getting my Inscription up and running, so I'm going to work through that and try and get that leveled up the rest of tonight, hopefully. I'll try not to spend too long on everything and get to that as quickly as possible, hopefully. Norwegian, good evening to you. First time watching my live stream, but long time fan of my content. Happy gold making. Well, welcome on board. Thank you for stopping by on the live stream. I hope you're doing well. We're just going through and talking about the Wowhead blog at the moment, so looking at the kind of things that people are doing at the moment and what they're going to do between now and Shadowlands. So the second thing, which I think a lot of people will be doing, if they haven't done already with the Correct Revenge, is leveling up your alts and getting them into a position, not just with professions, but also they could be camping certain rares or doing dungeon runs. There's lots of different things you could possibly specialise in, and just have an alt parked at a certain location and just log into them, check to see if a mob spawned, and then log on to another character. There's lots of different options there. But I know a lot of people, especially people like Drizzling Rose, have lots and lots of alts. I only have a few myself, but I would like to get them leveled up a little bit more. There is the kind of thought process that maybe it's worth waiting until Shadowlands comes out, because the leveling process is going to be very different with the level squish and with all the zones you can level through any particular expansion, which I'm really looking forward to. I'll probably do that with additional alts, but at the moment I would like to get my existing alts into a really reasonable position, so that's going to be one of my personal goals at the moment. Just working on getting a variety of stuff in the auction house EU challenge right now. You're at 400,000 value. That's very nice, Persephone. So you're going over both US and EU now. That's awesome. Bet you get a long boy before I do. Well, there you go. Challenge accepted, Persephone. See if you can do that. And the other thing is people leveling alts is obviously a lot of other players will still be doing this, and so there's always the options for gearing them up with uncanny gear, leveling enchants and bags. Those are all very good things that you should be able to sell to other players quite easily. The token was 269 gold earlier, back to 203 now. Hope to see it below 200k. Oh, that would be brilliant if it was. Because that's kind of like a big sort of mental block for me. If it can go under 200,000, I'll certainly be buying at least a couple. I think I could probably buy about 3 up at the moment quite easily, and sort of start building up my Battle.net balance. I need to start gold making instead of slacking and just watching streams. Maybe you can do both. Hopefully you'll be able to have it on in the background whilst you go off and do some farming or something like that. Hopefully I'm a low concentration enough stream for people. Maceo, thank you very much for coming with your Prime for 16 months. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you ever so much for all of that support over that time. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you very much indeed. In fact, that's really puts you in the rank of honoured participants. So we get this right, and 57. Thank you for your long time support. That is really appreciated. Thank you very much. It was under 200k yesterday on EU. Oh, was it really? Excellent. The vendor mount yesterday hurt. Day 2, you have about 10,000 in the mailbox. Hoping to get the EU mailbox tomorrow to be 30k. That's pretty cool. That's a good position to be in. Obviously, having to start off with sort of like I guess you're really starting from scratch, aren't you? Definitely. You're off farming Pandaria while listening to me. Oh, excellent, Kaelin. That's really good. That's a good thing to be doing, especially with some ghost iron ore, or even actually doing the actual Pandaria farm is a good one. I have to say, it's really satisfying to have 3 characters mine ore at the same time. All those tink sounds amazing. Yes, it's extremely tempting, Drizzling Rose. I may try it out, because I would like to do the recruiter friend things. Maybe once I got a bit more Battle.net balance, I can maybe have a look at that. Certainly. You started with the 510 gold Blizz gives you boosted tunes. That's pretty good. That's I mean, that's. Can you imagine what it was like if you got that in Classic? I mean, getting 510 is a really good start. So at least that way you can list your auctions on without having to worry about the auction house fees so much. Day one mailbox was it 65k? Wow, you grabbed 426 sallow pigment for 1 silver each and flipped them for 142 gold each. Wow, that was a find and a half. Brilliant. You still got your long boy to finish, and Kuhn has you hooked on all the things, so that's a few months sorted. Oh yes, I forgot to mention about all the things. It wasn't specifically a gold making thing, but I know a lot of people will be doing all the things, and that could tie in to selling those on the auction house. Like if people are doing all the various transmog bits and pieces that they could possibly buy off the auction house. There we go. Let me just put me back on there. There we go. So the other thing I was thinking about, which I'm personally going to be doing, is going into expanding my professions. I don't have every profession. I'm learning the ones that I don't have at the moment. Current focus is on Inscription, and what I'd really like to have is all professions for all expansions and as many recipes as I possibly can collect. It's a bit of a big goal. I don't think I'll be able to do it before Shadowlands, but I think I'll definitely be able to have at least every profession, if not in every expansion. That would be my main thing. Is Inscription worth leveling on an alt just for gold making? You're exalted on all reps of your main, but it took a very long time to get there. Doubt you'll be able to sell any contracts on the alt. I'm not sure yet with Inscription. You may not necessarily need all the reputation. I'm working on it, especially at the moment, because we have the sign of the emissary bonus event world quests. So I've been trying to go on Samadan throughout the week and get the world quests that way, just doing the emissaries as I see them. I'm trying to get myself to at least honoured with all the main factions. It's my initial starting point, just so that I can skill up on the contracts, although I'm kind of beyond that now. I need to move on to, I think it's the Dark Moon decks next, but we'll get to that for Samadan. And then I can work out whether it's really worth delving into Inscription. Especially Legion Inscription and the glyphs would be a good thing to start in as well. What would be a good way to earn gold with profession of leatherworking and jewel crafting? Leatherworking, I would try certainly Drums of Fury and the Uncanny gear, see how that sells on your server. Jewel crafting, I'm not sure. Maybe the Uncanny staves would be a good, or staves, would be a good start. Raid time, catch up later. Good luck with the stream. Oh, thank you, Adriana. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck with your raid as well. Rank 3 on the skill reset is on Revered with Tortollan though. Yeah, so that's going to be quite a tough one to get Revered, especially Tortollan, because there's not as many world quest options there. But maybe with a Tortollan contract, we can go through and get that, hopefully. Never blocked well, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. You're doing quite well with Inscription. Trinkets sell quite nicely along with the glyphs. A lot of competition, but you're still making gold. Excellent, that's good to hear. Victor Mouse, I think I'm on a good... Well, I think every profession has its niche. And it's just a question of finding the right niche for your server. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to get at least some sales with Inscription once I've got it leveled up a bit more. What else did I miss? Thank you for the likes, you're more than welcome. Finally have a little bit of capital again after buying the brute sword for your boyfriend. Excellent, happiest. That's the thing, isn't it? Do you buy the brute sword mount as soon as you can afford it, or do you wait until you have a bit of capital? I certainly just bought it straight away because I knew I had enough auctions still on the auction house that would give me at least a little bit more gold to carry on. Or you tried resetting the hex bag market. You still have some 40 bags left. You also produce 150 yourself, and you've got 300 gold more per bag on each of your own. So even if the resetting of the market might have cost you some gold, you made a profit on your own production. Very nice indeed. Might get into the reset as well. Yes, definitely. So don't tell anyone, but here's a secret for you. When you get the 5 million on EU, you'll be giving it away just between you and me. Okay, your secret's safe with me. I won't tell anyone, Persephone. You bought yours after getting a bit of extra money, but you bought one for your boyfriend as soon as you had another 5 million, and he pretty much quit right after. Oh no. Oh, that's such a shame. Perhaps he could donate his account to you, and you can take on the reins of both Brutosaurs. Maybe that could be an option. Or maybe they'll come back in Shadowlands and will be thankful that they've got the Brutosaur now. That's another option. You had 13 gold left after you bought yours. Yeah, I think I was in a similar position way back when I bought mine. I don't think I've got it on my TSM chart anymore, but I was definitely in a position where I literally just had 0 gold left. You need the Brutosaur, do you, Creative? Well, hopefully with the right professions or the right farming, you'll be able to get it. And we should have enough time, hopefully. I've got a feeling Shadowlands will be at least until August. But then someone bought 500 new Serenite bars for 200 gold, so you went straight up. And some weird Pandera and herbs. And then you sold it, and then it went through. Exactly. Your husband had 7 million. He's not a gold maker, just really cheap, and does basically all the world quests. He won't touch the Brutal. He's too cheap. That's fair enough. What is he going to do with the gold, though? That's the question. Do you just keep it for keeping its sake? I mean, that is a thing. So, yes, looking at professions we were talking about. So wowprofessions.com is a good place for leveling up your professions. Also, there's the profession database on Wowhead as well. And also using chrisney.net, which has the recipe finding section. I don't think it's quite up to date with BFA, but it's great for the old professions and seeing any of the ones you've missed there. And then again, as a gold maker, we can feed people who are looking for these things and supplying them with the materials. So like where Persephone was talking about Peace Bloom, you could farm up the old world herbs and ore for someone skilling up in those professions, or we can look at the recipes that people might need and supply those to them. So there's lots of different options here we could think about as to what other people might be doing and how we can supply them with those things to make their journey easier and to make ourselves some gold. You had a gold cap and ward, so spent it on Invincible on the black market auctions. That's a good investment, definitely. Agent Rusky, how are you? Long time no see indeed. Good to have you here. And all is very well indeed, so thank you ever so much for stopping by. Does anyone know if it's worth leveling professions as you level alts? Feels like a waste until the new expansion, but you don't know. It depends really, because focusing on the latest expansion and getting yourself up to the highest level is kind of, it does give you more options to then go backwards. So my advice would probably be to think about the profession you're going to start with and maybe level it up a bit as you go, but then come back to it in more sort of with more focus once you've got the actual maximum level. Seriously have no idea why you bought someone before getting some backup capital. You mainly flip stuff, so it felt like naked without any money. Oh yes, if you're flipping stuff, then having some capital is definitely worthwhile, certainly. If you're fall below 3 million, you feel like you failed. Yeah, I know the feeling. I mean, I've been under 1 million with Samadan for quite a while now, and I do feel quite exposed. I do want to get back into that 1 million mark, definitely. Oh, I missed one coming in there. It's Dread Hunter. Did I have chance? Did I change my TSM operations with the new auction house? Sorry for some mouse preview. It's been a while since I've been out. I haven't changed them that much, to be honest. I've changed a couple of the new ones, but on the whole, I've been using my same ones. The ones that you find in my paste bin, I've been pretty much using intact at the moment. I haven't taken the time to go through and change all my operations. So I've just stuck with those for the moment, and TSM has adapted quite well. Is there any chance to increase skinning speed for BFA? Yes, there is a skinning enchant. It's a Cultiran skinning, I believe. Let me just check on my enchanting, as we have it here. Yeah. So if you're Alliance, obviously, but there is Kaltiran skinning, costs 5 gloom dust to make, so it's quite a cheap one. When you leveled your main in BFA launch, you leveled your professions as fast as you could to get some early expansion sales. You sold 6 34 stops bags for 20k each. Now they sell for 7k if it's high. I know. There is one on the gloves, yeah. Recently started multi-boxing. Is there a macro for herbing that I'm aware of? I don't know, Oxymoron. I'm not one who multi-boxes, but Drizzling Rose and other people in the chat may be able to advise you on that one. But whilst they do, let me pop on back to the Wowhead blog, and we'll just quickly go through this so we can get into the actual gold making bits and pieces. So, the next thing on my list was hunting down achievements. Now, this is kind of a bit like all the things and the things that Kuhn is doing, but this is kind of thinking about the achievements, and some of the ones that I particularly sort of know of is like the Waste of Time achievement. It's a very specific piece of belt transmog, and to get that you need frostwoven leggings, windwall hood, death silk shoulders, and netherweave tunic. So as a tailor myself, I've sold these occasionally, so they're worth having on the market. And then there's also the great big, what a long strange trip it's been, with loads and loads of sub achievements throughout the year. And I know Children's Week's coming up in May, and then one of my favourite ones in the year is to sell the delicious chocolate cake, which usually I can sell for about 4,000 gold, at least a few of them. So I'll be bringing mine out of storage and putting those on when that comes out. And then the other big thing is the Lost Mail quest that I haven't done yet on Samadan. I've got the quest, but I just haven't gone through and done that, because it would be really handy to have the mailbox toy that comes with it, the Katie stamp whistle, because then at least I can have access to mail. I know it has a 3-hour cooldown, but if you're in a pinch and you have access to your long boy, then you can at least get access to a mailbox, and you can at least get hold of your guild bank with the guild banking chest. So you're kind of in a reasonable place out in the wild. Jules Abson, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. From Wallet. Oh, you've changed your name, have you? Excellent. It sounds good. Just to pick the flowers, you just turn on broadcasting. If you pay for Icebox, I think you can copy the mouse, so you just line up the herb and click on your main window, but you're using a free boxing program. Yes, I haven't really looked at anything other than Iceboxer, but there are other options out there, certainly free. You're using HotKeyNet. Okay, there's definitely options there. But again, I've not used multiboxing myself, so it's out of my area of expertise, unfortunately. So moving on to our other things, as well as collecting the achievements, there's also collecting mounts and pets, which is another area that I don't do myself, but there are mount guides throughout the net. There's some really good ones on Wowhead itself, and even if you just look on the auction house and look for mounts uncollected for yourself, especially if you're in a position like me where I haven't got hardly any mounts, and you can see what kind of things are selling, and maybe if you could make these or go and find out where they are, you could go and collect them up. You don't use HotKeyNet, but Baby Powder does. Oh, okay, he's basically the gold maker expert in it. Excellent, thank you for the recommendation, Persephone. Lurking during dinner, no worries, Darkwing. Hope you have a lovely dinner. You just have the alts on follow and zoomed out. There we go, that works. And then the next in my list was spreading to more servers. So obviously a lot of people do this, and you start off on one server, you get used to the way that market works, and then you try your techniques from that server. Why not try them on another server and spread into a completely new market? Because every server is different, and it's really nice to sort of see what that new server's like, and whether your techniques work. They may work even better, or you may find new niches that you can then try on your own server. So there's lots of different things you could do here, and I think this is the way, sort of like the bigger gold makers, those that have multi-millions of gold, tend to sort of spread across several servers, because it's a lot easier that way to not oversaturate a market. So this will be probably what I end up doing once I've gotten all my professions and are quite happy with where I'm at in Shadowsong. But that's a long way off yet, I think. I'm going to focus on my small goals first. And then, as we were talking about earlier, recruiting friends and more accounts. So this isn't necessarily multi-boxing, but as Drizzling Rose was saying, even just having 3 accounts going around and doing a little bit of herbalism at the same time, or you've got someone doing inscription in the background while someone's crafting bracers, whilst another person's scrapping them. So you can do multiple things at the same time, and that would be really, really useful. And so I could see expanding into multiple accounts just to do repetitive tasks at the same time could be really useful. As they say, time is money and all that. That's why you're not a bigger gold maker. You don't want to spread your gold around. That's a good point, actually. Having your gold in different realms does mean it's harder to transfer it unless you start doing things like pets from one to another and try and collect it all into one place. Same for you, one server is enough. Yes, I mean, that's where I am at the moment, and I think I will be for a while with Samadan and Shadowsong and all my other characters here. But yes, it depends really, yes, on your definition as well of bigger, isn't it? It's not necessarily bigger, but I've certainly seen it done with those that I know have a lot of gold, certainly. You just started a second account this week. You spent 5 tokens for BFA and game time after you reached 2.5? Yeah, 2.5 million. And now you're back to 1.3 with 2 accounts, doing the bracelet shuffle all the time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I said this, Metcat, is basically, I mean, I think you're a big gold maker. You certainly are, Persephone. I would put you amongst the ranks of experts that I know, certainly. No worries, Persephone. It's all good fun here. So yeah, as Metcat was saying, I was thinking multiple accounts doing multiple things at the same time, even if you're sniping in the background or other things like that. There's definitely lots of options here. So that was kind of like a list of lots of different ideas for things we could possibly do. And then again, as I always say, is whatever you do, make sure it's fun. WoW should never be a chore. You know, make those goals for yourself and work towards them. Whatever it is, it's going to be personal, down to you, and everyone will be different. These are simply a number of suggestions or ideas that people could try out. Watching me makes you miss WoW. So tempting to get back into making gold. Well, welcome on board, Agent Rusky. It's never too late to jump back in. But I know it's one of those things. One does not simply quit WoW. It's always there. It's it's a game that a lot of us have gone into and out of throughout the years, or stuck with it for the whole 15 years. I know I certainly had a large break between several expansions before coming back into it. Good thing you're streaming tonight. You need to do a huge bracelet shuffle. You need something enjoying to watch. Oh, no worries, Stackham. I could end up doing a Inscription shuffle, because on Samadan yesterday, I think it was, I ended up making a whole load of bracers, but I forgot to stop making them, and so literally I have a mailbox completely full of bracers. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them on stream, because they're going to completely fill up my mailbox. And so I may have to skip the mailbox opening on Samadan. We'll get back to that in a moment. Let's finish off the Wowhead blog, though. Send them to you. Good idea. Hoping there'll be a sale for BFA in March like last year. Then get 2 more accounts, so you can power level your box team in dungeons. And you can do it with 5 months. Do it with 5 months without any problems. Interesting idea, actually. Actually going through and doing dungeons as a 5-box team. I would struggle with the coordination personally, but I know a lot of people do it. Paul Rock, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. You bought 400,000 worth of tie spray for 2.4 each today. Imagine your incoming 2 days. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a while. What crafted armor pieces do you make except uncanny? When it comes to tailoring, I do quite a lot of different things from old expansions. A lot of the shirts sell quite well. It's mainly sort of cosmetic transmog type things, unless it's something like I mentioned earlier on the Waste of Time, the frostwoven leggings, the hood, the shoulders, and the tunic, as well as like the shadowy mask as well. That's another one. Which prices on Time Spray was that cheap on your server? Yes, but the enchants are cheap though. Yeah, there is that sort of that flip side certainly. Could not do it with any other class, but you know monks like the bag you had. Oh, that's true actually, Dresden Pros. Yeah, the shirts are definitely a good seller, certainly. And then a new content creator that I recently found out about, Kraken Latte, has some great videos over on YouTube, and so she has a video all about getting the long boy. And I thought it was really nice. It's going on basically about raw gold farms on multiple alts, which I know we've talked about before, but it was presented in a really nice way, and I think this channel is well worth some exposure. So I've sort of posted it here, and it's nice to see that, you know, it just goes to show that there are many different ways of making gold, and it's completely up to you how to choose the one that works for you. And if this method gets you your gold for your long boy, then absolutely, you know, best of luck to you, certainly. Do what's fun, as I was saying earlier in this paragraph up here. It's, you know, whatever works for you and what you enjoy. No one can tell you differently. And if any of these things give you ideas and you think they might be fun, and then please do try them out. Shirts are your secret gold making item. Yes, definitely. Especially the lumberjack shirts. I haven't got all of the patterns for lumberjack shirts. Actually, I need to. When I was talking about getting the depth of professions back up here, that's one of the things I need to do, is go back onto my tailor and see if there's any shirts that I'm missing at the moment. Okay, British Bum, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Hope you have a lovely dinner. You're not Horde on Terra Mill, are you? No, you picked Twisting Nether. Interesting. What kind of realm is that one? Is it a high pop one? I think it sounds like one of the more popular ones, certainly. Walknow, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Oh, it's a full one, is it? Ah, right, okay. So let me finish off, but basically say, if you do have any questions or any other suggestions for things you're going to do in from 8.3 onwards, please do put them in the comments below, and I'll look forward to reading them and hearing all your suggestions. But I'm going to finish up that as the Wowhead blog for tonight, and then we're going to have a look at what we've got in terms of gold making on Samadan. So let me just close that one down. So basically the same as your US server. Well, that's a good point actually. Do what you're used to, certainly. You're always making shirts as well. Yep, I always have at least a few on, certainly. Azami Kazak, thank you very much for the follow, and Gadran as well. Thank you also for the follow. Right, so let's have a look. Now, Samadan, as I said, has absolutely loads of bracers at the moment. So I'm not going to be able to do a lot here in terms of looking at the mailbox without completely clogging everything up. We do need to do some restocks on Samadan, but I'd like to get over to Samadan and do some Inscription earlier rather than sooner. So we do have some expires here that we can deal with first, but we do have 1,250 in the mail, so that's going to take up a huge amount of my stock. So let's deal with these expires first. We can at least post those on. How am I doing in terms of... we have full bags at the moment. So what I would like to do... wrong button. Let's have a look at disenchanting these blues. We'll take those out of the equation first. Now I would like to send some of these greens over to Samadan so that he can scrap them and get some expulsum for the Inscription. Now I was trying to make Samadan more self-contained, but this is my best way of getting expulsum at the moment, so it would make sense for me to do this and send them straight over to him. So I'll do that first. What did I miss there? Your friends who already played WoW told you what server faction to pick to play with them back when you started Burning Crusade, and you just stuck with that one. Definitely. Cats are allowed on a hype train, you hope? Yes, definitely, Darkwing, certainly. We haven't got an Oreo down here yet. Hopefully he will come and join us later on. Basically picked it because of if you get desperate, you told me you could sell future mats directly. Well, there you go, that's a good idea. That would also work. Smork the Orc, thank you for the follow. And HKY Chick 10, thank you also for the follow. Earlier rather than sooner. Did I miss... Oh, did I miss saying something? Sorry, Agent Rusky. Rayguis, how do you get the server price using TSM when you inspect an item? So you have to make sure that you've got the add-on, the app helper. If we go onto here and onto add-ons, that you've got both TSM and the Trade Skill Master and the app helper, and then you register on the TSM website and you tell it which realm you are playing on. So in my case, I'll go EU and Shadow Song. If you look on here, onto the region realms, so I've got EU and I've got EU's Shadow Song. But you go onto the actual TSM website and set that up. Good evening, Annette. Hope you're doing well. And also, Kyung, thank you very much using your Prime 5 months. Thank you very much for your support. Really is appreciated. See lots of emotes for you. Thank you very much indeed. Very, very kind of you. Your soft goal is 3 months. That's not a bad. I'm sure you can. In 3 months, you could probably do quite a lot. I guess it depends on how much time you're going to spend on it, Persephone. That's the main thing. Oh, fantastic! Young, coming in there with all of those emotes. That's awesome. Thank you very much. So let's have a look at where we're at the moment. We need to clear out our bags at the moment. So we've got all of this that we want to send over to Samadan rather than Earthen. So I'm going to set up another mailing operation because at the moment I send greens to Earthen. So if I go down here and go to my, where is it? Tide Spray send greens. This is all the different braces here, and the operation here is send to Earthen. So we need to make a new one, get rid of this one, and we'll do send to Samadan instead. We'll just swap this over for the moment. Then we'll go over to the mailbox and we'll go to our groups and we'll send the greens here. So those will all go over to Samadan, and then he can make use of those and get himself some expulsum. Hopefully, there we go, that's cleared out. And then we'll go through here and then we'll open up all our expires and then we'll get our auctions back on. So let me just click on this, let that run through. Elaire, thank you very much. 2 months, glad to be here. Well, thank you very much. That's incredibly kind of you, Elaire, and thank you also with the host as well. Very kind of you. Thank you for your support. See a load of emotes for you. Thank you very much indeed. What else did I miss? There we go, we've got that. Oh, did I miss that? Also, you should have put a reminder for deleting old TSM folder after the newest patch. It gives an error to everyone yesterday, and you all had to delete it. Somehow the old TSM folders were in your add-ons folder. Really, Mecca? That's an error I hadn't heard of there. Sorry to hear that, it completely missed me by. Dasikonde, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Just realised that after 4 hours of farming on your 10 boosts, you didn't equip the heirloom gear on them. Oh no, missing out on that nice XP. Derivation, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. And also, Arnota coming in with a raid of 39. Thank you very much, Arnota. I hope you had a really good stream. Welcome aboard, everyone from Arnota's stream. Good evening to you. What did you get up to this evening, Arnota? Lovely to see you here. There's a lot of problems on Discord after the TSM patch, deleting all the previous things solved. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you ever so much for the raid, Arnota. I hope you had a lovely stream. Totally came with the Nota as well. Love getting raided to channels you're already in. Even better, Persephone. Right, let's get in the list. We're currently just relisting Samadan's auctions on at the moment. So let's get those sorted. Whilst I say hello to everyone, we'll just run a post scan here. Let's go over here, go to auctioning, and run a post scan. Well, that item group's invalid, so that means I need to go and visit a vendor. So let's just bring that up so that TSM can have a proper look at it. There we go, and then we can do a post scan, and then we won't get the item is invalid there. There we go. We did a few hours on multi-box disenchanting and expulsing grinding, 1 toon disenchanting, 4 toon scrapping. Oh, fantastic! Well, no, we're just talking about that kind of thing with multiple accounts on the Wowhead blog. Definitely worth doing there. And Wicked Lynn, thank you very much for the follow. I missed you then. Thank you for stopping by. And welcome everybody from Arnota's stream. If you don't know, my name is Samadan, and I make most of my gold through a few professions. And I also write the Wowhead Economy blog every weekend and go through the week's news and things like that, which you just finished doing. The Wowhead blog link is Wowhead, like that. But other than that, we're going to go through all my professions at the moment, and we're just literally going to post everything on and go through and check on tailoring, enchanting and cooking first and all, and then move on to our other ones after that. Inquisitor Avicenna, thank you very much for the follow. And Zimpao, wow, 10 months. Thank you very much for your continued support. That's amazing. Thank you very much. Let's see, lots of emotes for Zimpao. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind of you. Thank you all your support and all your presence here tonight has been an absolute pleasure so far. We're just going to go through and post everything on. More expires. How much space have I got at the moment? 73. Not a huge amount of space. Could probably do with clearing that out a little bit more. Let's just go through and sort these out first. Various food, various rings, and a whole load of uncanny gear. If we can sell that. All the uncanny belts, pants. Haven't had a huge number of sales of uncanny gear, I must admit. But I prefer to have it on because I've got a feeling it will be a steady seller throughout as more and more people do alts and things like that. At least that's what I'm hoping for anyway. Been trying to incorporate it for a while now. Things like that are very grindy. Yes, exactly, Arnota. It's something I'd like to sort of... that way you're at least doing more than one thing at the same time. And so you're not just looking at a bar, just going along and along and along. Alright, let's go through. Speaking of bars, let's go across and post all of this lot on. There's some shirts going on. Tuxedo shirt, brown linen vest, cinder cloth pants as well. And there's the Windwall hood, red workman's shirt, blue overalls. These ones have all sold for me at various points. That's all done. Not usually for a huge amount, but it still works. Right, let's carry on with the expires. At some point we'll get to just a whole load of braces, at which point I won't be able to sift through them all in the time we've got on the stream. There's absolutely thousands of them. But we will at least be able to sort of move on to other characters after I've posted everything on. Just get through all of this. This is all expired, so there's the tide sprays coming in, so another couple of posting and we should be there. I'm just going to post everything on at its base price at the moment. 2,300 XP per herb and ore. That's not bad, to be honest. It's very good. Gaining XP that way. I know I did it quite a lot on my alchemist El Morte. He used to go around and just do ghost iron ore runs, and got at least a good couple of levels just from doing that. It's very handy sort of passive gathering XP. Highly recommend it. Right, there goes some more shirts, red mage weave, swashbucklers, and then a few other bits and pieces. Rip ghost iron prices. Yeah, this is true. Because of, I think also because a lot of people are spending more time in Pandaria because of the 8.3 stuff. Ghost iron ore has kind of plummeted slightly in price because more people are around there. In fact, a lot of the Pandaria stuff I think has dropped a bit because of that. Right, let's carry on with my expires. It's the Quillen farm killing in, is it? Okay. Right, look at all that tide spray. I'm not going to be able to deal with all of this tide spray, so let's just leave that for the moment. At the bottom of there is some gold from the week. I think it was about 80,000 gold on Samadan, if I remember correctly. It's nice to see rich purple shirts getting up into a higher price now. They were down to about 400 or 500 for a good while, so I'll see if I can get any sales at that price. So let's go through and just post the last of this stuff on. Then I won't go through and process this tide spray at this point. I've got some that I've sent to Samadan, so I'll start with that first. I'll go through my other characters and try and get them all sorted, and then I may have to come back to Samadan and do his restocks later. Ghost Iron Ore, I went from 11 to about 4 gold now on your server. Really? Okay. Farm of the month is getting over farmed, and you're buying up the Ghost Iron below 2 gold each. Yeah, because you know it's only gonna go up again at the end. Buying up all the cheap stuff. 20 gold Spirit of Harmony. Can't pass on, definitely. Or 5 gold Golden Lotus. Yeah, those things. We know that those things will go up in price in the future, so I'd be very tempted with that as well. I'm trying to do the same on El Morte, my Pandaren alchemist that does focus on that area. How are the bots these days? This bit is doing something to prevent botting. I don't see much evidence of it myself personally, or have heard many tales of it. In recent months. As far as I know, it's quite minimal. But then I don't know for sure exactly what everyone's situation is like and whether people sort of notice it or not. Oh, we've got our first sale coming through, and it's actually come through, and we've got a notification. That's fantastic. So we've just sold a Umbra Shard for 75 gold. That's really nice, because my mat cost on Umbra Shard is actually 30 gold. So that's a good 35 profit really. So very nice. There are tons. Oh, okay. You just kill them now. That's fair enough, Arnota. The Nazoth dagger in WM is awesome. Okay, kind of want to do the holiday boss on EU. But I'd be heartbroken if you got the mount. Oh, can you imagine, Persephone? Have you not got it on your main account? Is this the love rocket? But that would be a shame, certainly. Although all the more reason to keep on playing on EU, definitely. Oh, it allows you to kill people of the same faction. Ah, I see. So that's why it worked well in killing them. I see. Excellent. Daily Show, happy Sunday to you. Thanks for all your guides. 5 million in a month. Wow, fantastic. And you got the long boy this morning. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. 5 million in a month is a phenomenal achievement. Congratulations on that. And see lots of long boys and gold. Oh, I didn't quite mean to click on that one, but we've got some gold eyes in there. That's the tier 3 emote. Congratulations indeed. That's very nice. But did you spend 22 million? It doesn't count if you spend 22 million. Right, okay, I'm going to stop on Samadan here. Maybe we could just do a couple of things. Let's have a quick look. I don't want to get sunk into this, but I just want to have a quick look. I haven't looked in a while. Tide spray prices are currently sitting at 4 gold. So how much is there at that price? Most of it's all here at 5 gold, 19,000 of it there at 5 gold. But my mat cost currently is 3 gold 91, so I'm going to keep the tie spray I've got. In fact, I just converted all my tie spray into braces, which I'll have to deal with later. The other thing I need to probably do is my Hexweave cloth cooldown. Just make sure I've got that going. And then I'll leave Samadan for the moment. We've got some restocks we do need to do, because not all his things have been stocked up on. But I'll go over and do my other characters first, I think. Because I'd like to get them done first. Otherwise I'll end up spending the entire stream just restocking and shuffling braces, which is not so great. So let's jump back over to Samadan. Marshmallow, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you here. How goes your epic uncanny gold making? He gave the wolf a staff. I have no idea. Transmog wise, and you'll notice I don't really go into much on transmog. I go with whatever they're wearing, whether it's a mismatch of benthic gear or whatever things they pick up in their travels. I think Awakening is what 398 item level at the moment. Not too bad. So first and foremost, let's check his mailbox for the week. And we have a few expires here. We haven't had a Silas proc all week though, so I haven't been able to restock, which is why this is looking less than it was last week, 95,000 gold, but still very respectable in sales. Greater Flask of the Currents, Endless Fathoms there, Vast Horizon, another large chunk there, Battle Potion of Agility, 6,000 there, so some good sales nonetheless. So let's open up those. And we're currently sitting at a very nice 521,000. So that's a good position to be in, but I could really do with a Silas proc to restock on these auctions. Let's post what's expired first. Let's get that going, get those back on. So let's do that and run a post scan. Just spent all of this morning restocking Uncanny Gear, so you have about 600 plus on your characters. So just pretty much being lazy with gold for the next week or two. That's fair enough. And posting daily, yeah. I mean, you've got your routine down to a fine art now, so definitely worth doing. Ranking Battlegrounds is hard. Is this across all realms or one battle group residing for the general WoW economy? For me, I am just on this one server on Shadowsong. Oh, we literally have just posted those on, and we've got a sale of Greater Flask of the Currents, so that's fantastic timing there. If you don't have a garrison, is there a way to queue for Ward LFR? Oh, I don't know, Persephone, actually. Finding Anchorweed is nice with multi-boxing. Oh yeah, definitely. You get them all in there, definitely. You're on Blood Cell, excellent. Critalish69, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you're doing well. I'm just currently going through Alchemy at the moment. So all my auctions are currently on. We have those sales that have just come through there. So that's going to be nice. But the main thing we need to do is our Alchemy cooldown. And hopefully, no luck again, Silas Stone of Transportation. Now I'm really tempted to level up my other alchemist to this level and see if I can get Silas on 2 characters. I think that would be really handy. And Razoo, thank you also for the follow. Crystal, also thank you for the prime. That's very kind of you. Coming straight in there. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. See lots of emotes for you. Thank you for your support. You get invited by someone with a level 3 garrison, and then you can queue up for Ward LFR. Oh, okay, thank you, Playbender. Which you could mass disenchant stuff. The Braceless Shuffle would go much faster then. Not so much the mass disenchanting. What I'd really like is mass scrapping. That's the thing that bugs me is just having to do 9 at once and then click again. If I could just queue up them all and then go AFK and make a cup of tea or something like that, that would be definitely good. Worth it for the kitty gift. No problem. Oreo, he's not here at the moment, but he thanks you nonetheless. You don't even have a level 1 though. I guess you'll have to unlock WOD. I think it's probably a good idea, Persephone, just to get yourself a garrison, get into that groove. Although obviously not having flying would be tricky as well. And another sale there, Greater Flask of the Undertow. So it's saying I've sold for 947 gold. But if I go and look on that, have I actually sold just one for 947? Yes, I have. Okay, because I was wondering whether these were showing the correct amount earlier. And because that one said my Greater Flask of the Currents has sold for 958 gold. Whereas here it's actually saying there's 3 of them for 2,800. So it's not telling me the actual number of sales, it's just said I've sold one of them. That's interesting. It's not quite right from looking at that. How does the economy have any effect on mythic raids if there are any BOEs or disenchanting, certain hard to obtain? Well, BOEs basically, you see the big raids like the big guilds like Limit and Method. Oh, there's another sale there. The flasks are selling well. I just wish I had a Silas proc. It's so frustrating not being able to restock on these. I just need to go and have another one. We need sensors in here with some Silas luck. Trying to avoid expansions you can't fly in. Yeah, exactly, Persephone. I think it's really frustrating. I know it took me a long time to get my my WOD flying, certainly. Welcome to your world. I know. It's a shame when you're seeing sales come out like this and you're just thinking, I could just do with a Silas prop. Normally I've been very lucky and fortunate, but this week, no luck unfortunately. I should do my daily cooldown for Anchorweed though whilst I'm here, so we can at least get that done. Alright, let's leave Awakening. Maybe if we take a note of the time and come back in an hour, so at 9:15, let's come back and see if we can get that done. Might have answered this, but what am I having fun selling lately, or what do I enjoy crafting? I'm really enjoying alchemy at the moment, and I'm looking forward to getting into Inscription. I feel like my enchanting and tailoring are quite well established now, and I just go through the main routines of those. And so I'm enjoying, yeah, definitely say alchemy more so than any other profession at the moment, because it seems to have so much potential. Your Silas proc has been so bad you almost lost money this weekend. Yeah, it can be tough, but that is the sort of the barrier to entry for this profession, for alchemy. It's because you can't get guaranteed that proc. It's not like the enchanting rod where it's a guaranteed proc rate. You have to have the potion. So it's very interesting that, you know, it all comes down to your ability to get the proc and then to be able to have enough stock in order to be able to make use of it. That reminds me, actually, talking of stock, I probably ought to see if I can buy any Xenonthid or Anchorweed at a reasonable price. Let's have a look. Let's run a shopping scan. I feel like a pro with the profession, but alchemy is one you've barely touched in months. Should look at it into again. Your main has it too, so all rank fees excellent, but no tools or trade. Yeah, you definitely need Silas for it, certainly. The Sand Shifter's looking at a good price here. You've been on an hour and already up to 140k in sales. People really need stuff tonight, definitely. Just sold for 1400, very nice. So it's definitely a good night to be selling, certainly. So how is my Sand Shifter stock? This is used for Dimitri's draft of Deception. I've got 448, so that would double my amount. What's my mat cost at the moment? 44 gold. Let me buy that lot there. That's another 18,000, but at 521,000 I think I can afford that. That will give me at least a bit more Sand Shifter. Now everything else is above my average buy price. Xenonthid is way above my average buy price, although getting it for 24 gold was particularly good. it seems to have increased quite a bit. But what I'll do is I'll look at this throughout the week and see if I can get it at a cheaper price, because 75 is definitely a lot higher than I'm used to. 76 is the market value. Region market value average is 34. If we were to look on the Undermine journal, let's have a look at what that's been over time. So the Undermine journal, let's just bring this on over, and if we were to look at Zinanthid here and just look at that graph, so it has been reset fairly recently and gone beyond that, and then come down to 93, then 92, and then down to 84 here. It was at a steady 65 for all of this week, but then down here at 45. So I have had it at a reasonable price. You can see here that it is pretty much spiked. It's gone down low, so down at 18 gold there, and then 21 gold, which is about the price that I've been buying it at, and now it's really come up in price. So I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna have to go with these prices for a little bit, because they have risen on average for the region. They've gone from 24, 25 there up to about 37 there. Let's look at the last 6 months or 3 months. You can see that a little bit better. So this was the low amount, and then the price has gone up kind of with 8.3 coming out and lots of people wanting potions. So Zinanthid prices I may have to adapt to, but not at that current price. I'm going to see if I can get them a bit cheaper, or maybe even go and farm some myself. That would be another option. Cooking though is saving a golden butt. It sells right away as well. Yes, I haven't really done a great deal with cooking. I need to do a bit more on it, certainly. It's 18 gold on Twisted Nether. Ah, right, okay. I was going to make a Demon Hunter for EU as well, but you can't think of a good name. Exactly. You have Persephone and Porsephone. They're pretty good, definitely. So if you invest 3 million of Zinanthid from 18 gold each and guild transfer it to my server with the herbs on the guild bank without exceeding the limit, you would make 9 million. There's an option there, certainly, if you can go from one server to another. I know Bregvids did that quite often, going from one server to another with a whole load of stock. It depends on how well it sells. At the moment, I imagine this will sell quite well. And Daki, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you're doing well. So it's tempting to come in here at this price and buy some up, but I'm going to leave it for the moment. I'm going to see what kind of price we have during the week. So let's leave Awakening for the moment. We'll come back to you. Let me just pick up my purchases for the moment. There we go. And then we can come back to this later. So let's go on over to my next character, which is Erfan, my leather worker. Where can you find my TSM operations and group? You are more than welcome to grab them. They haven't been updated since 8.3, but they are still pretty much valid. If I type in pastebin, you can find a pastebin of all my operations as they stood before 8.3. At some point, as soon as I get round to it, I will be uploading my operations again since 8.3. There hasn't been a great deal of change. Obviously, Uncanny Gear has been the main thing that I've changed. But other than that, they're pretty much working as they are already. So let's have a look. We've got some more expires here. Not a huge amount of sales, 2,700 in fact. So leatherworking and Uncanny Gear hasn't been doing as well as Notorious Gear used to do at the moment. I would say yet, because I'm sure that we will have some sales of this over time. Persephone and Illidari. That's a good one, Clayton. I like that one. So we've got male treads and male waistguard, not for a huge price though. That's pretty low. And drums of the mountain, diving suit, and drums of fury are the other things here. So A few sales, nothing exceptional. That just about covers my posting fees really for the week. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully we can get some more uncanny sales at a nicer price point, and then we can maybe just get a little bit more going on the leather working side of things. Your Demon Hunter's female blood elf named Ildian. That's nice. Your uncanny gear is slowing down too, but people are still raiding, and you're waiting for another month when the alt rush comes in. I think so, Marshmallow. I think people are still probably focusing on their mains at the moment with all the stuff going on, and then once people are still looking for things to do, then the alts come out. Then they'll think about leveling them up, and the uncanny gear is a really easy, precise way for them to be able to level up their alts to the right level. So I've got a feeling uncanny sales will carry on. Out for the day. Enjoy the week ahead. Well, thank you ever so much, Paul Rockwell, for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon. I love the new patch. Crafting armor is just a waste of time. You can get 445s from World Quest. This is true, but don't the World Quest need to scale with your eye level? So that you'll need a good base eye level to start with. So maybe people will get the uncanny gear just to get themselves started, and then work on the World Quest to get it up higher. How much is embroidered deep sea bags on my server? Let me have a look. Did I do a post scan? Yes, I did it. Let's have a look. I don't think I've spelled embroidered right. No, dirt. Let's just do deep sea bags. Or deep sea. Embroidered deep sea satin, embroidered deep sea cloak, embroidered deep sea bag. There we go. Then we can look at the exact. So there are 5 on for 8,500, and then 2 on for 14,000. So that is kind of in line with region average, I would say, although 14,000 isn't, that's much higher, but 8.5, kind of 9,000 is more in keeping, I would say. That's why it's awesome. Doing so well too with the alchemy. Raiders love those drinks and potions. Exactly. 463.5. So you need to be 463.5 to get 445. Right, so you need to work your way up through the world quest then, definitely. Yeah, it kind of works too. The tidal core is easy to farm. That's the bit I haven't really focused on the moment, because it says the Hydra core there, so I haven't really looked into how you could farm it. As Samadan, a disciplined priest, I wonder. Purse wins. I'm not sure it would work because also Purse fail. Oh no, Purse never fails. Exactly. World Quest, Weekly, World Bosses, Assaults, and Heroic War Fronts. Yeah, so once you get through the Weekly World Bosses, do those all give you the tidal core? Oh, okay. I hadn't thought of them from that way. Tried to work through the fell, as in fell. Bad guess. Winning the lack yesterday, so no speed boost or anything. Alright. You can run as much as you want, +2 weekly, and sure drop for the end of the chest. Many as you want, +2s weekly, and you drop from the end chest and boss. Okay, that's the rub for me, is I don't tend to do any sort of any dungeons at all. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Justin Rose. Or do a 0 once a week and you'll get one then. Yeah, okay. Or is that World Quest Weekly, World Bosses, Assaults and stuff, is that from the gear upgrades perhaps? That could be what we're talking about there. I may have misunderstood that one. iWaters, thank you very much for the follow. The question is if you have the rank 3 from the Uldir raid. No, I don't. It was for gear upgrades. Okay. Hydra cores are only for Mythic Plus. Okay, thank you, Razu. That's good to know. I did misunderstand it the first time. No, I don't have the rank 3 because I haven't done any raids in BFA, in the whole of BFA, which is why I don't have the rank 3. The raid finder makes you wait around 45 minutes. Wow, okay. Well, maybe that's something we could do at a later date and get some streamer raids going or something like that for a future time. Not tonight though. Let me just go through, make sure I've done everything on here. I picked up all my mail, I posted everything on. So I don't really need to do a lot more with Earthen, so I'll leave him and carry on through my other characters. See all this gold, wanting you to get quite intoxicated with jealousy. Your server wants, all your server wants is high-end mats, the life of the gatherer. Well, if you enjoy it, that's okay. If you don't, then maybe consider another server perhaps. Try as a healer, go in a lot faster. Saw that on a video this week as well. Started doing with the arts. It's really good, like 2 emissary quests. What was that for? Did I miss one earlier? Oh, the emissary quest in Najatar. Ah, okay. Where would you go to farm Shimmer Scale? Mushy, if she's in here still, would be able to answer that one. She knows all about the different farms of that. For cheap BOEs. Ah, right, okay. Right, let's have a look at what we've got here. We do have a few sales. We have nothing on the living steel at this stage, but some wild jade, some hardened elementium bars, and greater healing potions. Why? Now that's for a specific hand in that greater healing potion. They're all high-end and low-end BOEs, basically equal mats. Effectively, I guess. Let's open that 3,500. So we haven't got a lot of gold return on our investments on Spirits of Harmony here. So we shall carry on crafting on this character. At some point I would like to level up. We're currently level 90. I'd like to get to 120 and get a second stab at the Silas proc on this character. That I think would be really useful. These are looking... Now Living Steel's gone right down to 551, so that's definitely a lot cheaper. It's only 136 potential profit for me. So I may not get a lot out of this. Let's have a look at Living Steel. Let's see how much is at that price. So 551 there's one, but then again they're here at 86 and then at 589. I'm really not so keen on that price. I would like it to be much more like the region average of 746, just to give me a couple of hundred extra. I think it's getting to the point where it's probably not worth it so much. I don't want to be in this race to the bottom. So I'm going to have a look at my pricing here. My minimum is 476, which is probably a little bit low. So let's have a look at this operation. Let's just tweak it a little bit. So let's go to my Living Steel, look at my group operation. So Living Steel 10s, auctioning operation here. So we're posting, the post cap is 30. We don't need the bid amount. So we're looking at 110% crafting as my minimum price. Let's bring up the bag first so we can see the tooltip as we adjust this. So let's move this over to this side. And then put that here. Now my Living Steel is over here. So currently at 476. Let's change this up a little bit to say 150% crafting. So now that goes up to my minimum price is 649, which I'm a bit more comfortable with that price. That's a bit closer to the region price. So when below minimum, post at minimum price, I think that will be better for me in the long run, even though I probably won't get sales selling at that price because there's so many of them that are higher. I would feel more comfortable at least trying to push the price a little bit higher, just as a general listing thing, and then we'll see if that can go higher in the future as we potentially either buy them out Or we might have to wait until Shadowlands is released unless people are doing all the 8.3 content. So there's different options there for the moment, but I'm not too concerned with this character. Living Steel used to sell for like 1,300, so it's not so great to see it that low. So we're going to stick with the posting at minimum price there at that. The same with the River's Heart as well, actually. That's also really low. That's for the Panther things. Coming in at 79, that's definitely low. Let me check that one. River's Heart, shopping. Oh, we have an Oreo. River's Heart, there it is. Let's find that. Let's pop Oreo's camera on. One moment, and there we go. You come to join us tonight, Oreo. A wildcat has appeared. What did I miss here? Low market for spirits. Yes, I think that's the main thing at the moment, certainly. So there's 30 here at 79 gold, and then there's 6 here. Oh, Ori's just fallen over. 6 here for 89 gold. So this has really plummeted the price on River's Heart. It could be a potential to buy these out. If I was to buy all of these out, how much would it cost me? 2,300 gold. That's not a huge amount, really, looking at this, that I have, 41,000. I'd be tempted to buy those because let's go for it. Let's buy that, and then let's buy all of those. There we go. Let's scroll that a little bit further down, and then we'll post these back on. Let's take the buys there, and then we'll post those back on. Auctioning, run a post scan. There we go, that should be better. Headpin and Shadar Binks, thank you very much for the follows. Hope you're doing well. So normal price here for River's Heart, 241. That's quite a bit better because they're 91 crafting cost. So we'll definitely go for that. Don't have a huge number of sales, but we do have some. So I'm going to go through with those for the moment. Wondering what scales had to do for the hides. Finally something to murder. Herb gathering is getting old. That's fair enough. For Shimmer Scale to go to the south of Voldun and kill a scale Clawsaurus. Okay, thank you, Razu. 589. What else did I miss? Every time you check the auction house on EU, you see all the midnight salmon staring at me, and you want to flip them so bad. Everyone says it's a bad idea. I haven't used a lot of midnight salmon. I had an initial stock of midnight salmon, and I barely used it all up. You use it. But 50 silver, that is definitely cheap. That is definitely cheap. I don't know if I've sold any Bountiful Captain's Feast in a while, though. It could be it's just depreciated that much, certainly. It'd be a 5k test. Well, that's not a huge risk, really, is it? I remember them going for 200 gold each. Yeah, they were definitely a lot more expensive than that. Right, let's jump over to Samadan next. He has a new helm that he picked up, which is looking quite nice. We also have my very first corrupted gear on this character, which is very interesting. Or he's just staring up at me. As long as he doesn't go for my knee at the moment, we should be fine. So, what were we doing since last time? We were doing emissaries, mainly. That was my main thing I was looking at. We have a few more we could possibly do here. Proudmoor Admiralty. Wayblade and Cohen is always a good one. And Storm's Wake. So that will give me a weapons cache, item level 415 for that one. My actual item level at the moment is sitting at 408, so that's more than Samadan at the moment. You return from the shop with many delicious things. Oh, fantastic. Dino Stabadan. Yeah, it looks a bit like that. This is a Blood Bog head cover that I picked up for a nice 420 bit of gear. How much crap is there on the map, or is that a get mate? All the resources. This one is... Yeah, this is gather mate. This is all of the herbs that I could possibly pick up. That's what you're seeing there. One thing we do need to look at, though, first and foremost, is work orders. See if there's any work orders up at the moment. I don't see any on Colterus, so let's head over here. And I don't see any on this side either. Though we do have a 10 times anchor weed from that, from a overgrown anchor weed. That could be interesting. Getting 10 anchor weed could be a nice one. Little Bug Lexi, thank you very much for the follow. Thought someone had gone full blown AH, making sure no resource goes ungathered. It looks like your maps. No, that's fair enough. And Zombie Dust, thank you also for the follow. One of these days I'm going to do a prospecting ore study. Some gems just sell for so much, so often. Yeah, it's worth a look at, certainly. Have a look on the numbers. Right, let's settle Oreo down. Can be Summer 22, thank you also for the follow. I hope you're doing well. So we have a number of things we can do here, but the thing I would like to do really is get my Inscription leveled up fully, because we did get those. We did get the tie spray braces from Samadan to send over. I've done a whole load of ink and all the 3 different inks here. I managed to get a whole load of that. So I should be in a good position to make a few things and get myself up to, I want to get up to 245 ideally. Then I can get myself into a position to make, I need to make the Dark Moon Cards of War really. I've got the Viridescent ink, I've got lots of that. So I need Expulsum for this. So let's head back to the Snug Harbour Inn and pick up my mail. And we'll go from here. Someone just reset Unbridled Fury pot to 149 a pot, usually 58. Best of all, your entire stock went out. Fantastic. 500 cat lovers watching you, Oreo. Yeah, definitely. Oreo is the true star of the show, certainly. I mean, how can you not with a face like that? He's such a cutie. 7 kilos of fluff morn. There we go. You follow more people's pets on Instagram than you do people. That is not uncommon, certainly. You got 2 white rodents. Sadly, the only thing they're good for is going through mouse cables. Oh right. He's a good kitty. He's a lovely kitty. Definitely. He's now going to claw my knees because I've given him attention and taken my hand away. We'll just wait for that. There he goes. Straight onto my knees. I knew he was going to do that. He just pulls at my jeans until I give him more attention. Just got into my stream for the first time and you see a cute cat. Well, you came to the right place, Debrecca. Oreo is the true star of the show when it comes to this. He likes to sit by my side and get all the attention. And if I don't give him attention, he just claws my knee. Have I tried giving him some midnight salmon? He's not very food motivated, even for such a large cat. He's such a shy cat, really. Is it valid practice to buy materials low on one realm and pay to transfer to another realm where the materials are much more costly? It can work, Mushu Panda, if you can suck up the cost of doing the whole transfer. If you incorporate that into your methods. I know Bregvids did it on his very first gold making challenge he did like 2-3 years ago. That's kind of like the methods he used at the end to get his gold cap. QWERTY Oreo shirt, bestseller for sure. Yeah, I can imagine that. I'll have to do a sketch of him one day. You have 6 cats. Wow, amazing. 4 inside and 2 outside. That's brilliant. I'd love to have more cats, but I don't think Cookie is very tolerant of other cats. She doesn't really tolerate Oreo, and we got him second. So I think I would prefer cats that got on well, definitely. You only have 3. I would definitely have more. I mean, look at that. I'm just going to go back to Oreo full screen because he's enjoying getting his chin rubbed there at the moment. Just enjoying his pamper time at the moment. There we go. Let's go back to that. You want a cat or 2? Unfortunately, now's not the time. That's fair enough. I think it's doing it at the right time for the animals as well. Your mum was a crazy cat lady, adopted all the strays. People would leave them on our front porch. One point there was 37. Wow, that's amazing. I would love to have a lot of cats. 2 is the max we're allowed on the block of flats. Oh, right, okay. Oreo is definitely very precious. On the first week of BFA, you moved your main from a raiding server to one you're on now, and you bought 3 June scavengers for 220k each and sold them for 310k each. They almost paid for the move. That was back when the token was 260,000 though, yeah. Where's my other cat, Cookie? Yeah, she's not around at the moment. Normally, if you do see her, she'll be on the sofa behind me. And she doesn't like this blue rug that Oreo's on at the moment. Is his territory. She does not like to go on the blue rug for whatever reason. She just won't stand on it. She hates it. And Oreo has capitalized that, and that's his safe space. So he can't get attacked by Cookie. Director1, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Right. First easy solution. Put him outside. Hubby doesn't want to deal with the litter box. Oh, right. Easy solution, put him outside. Is that the husband? Yeah, I don't think keeping your husband outside's a good idea long term, though, definitely. Oreo's blue carpet market, exactly. Right, okay, so I knew as soon as I took my hand off, Oreo would go for my knees. He just wants the attention at the moment. I will do some more stuff with Samadan here, but I have to do it with one hand at the moment. The husband, not the cat. Exactly, Darkwing. Exactly. Let's have a look at what we can do here with one hand. So Inscription we need to get this up to ideally 140. I've got a list here. I was making this on my Miro board earlier. Let me see if I can find that. And I was going through, Rasheen shared with me ages ago, Billis's calculations for working out the profit of all the milling of herbs and things like that. So I need to have a look at that as well. So I've been doing a bit of brainstorming today. I had a bit of time. Let me just close that down. Got too many things open here. There we go. And then I can go into my Wow Goldmaking. This is something I would like to share with the populace in a more sort of formal manner. Can't move my hand away. There we go. Sorry, Oreo. I was thinking of adding sort of like a link to this for. I was going to set up a Patreon and offer this as one of the Patreon rewards. Now, I did all my research onto Inscription here somewhere, and I don't know whether it's synced up with my mobile version that I had earlier. It doesn't look like it has, so I may have to look at this in more detail later, because I don't think I had a whole load of stuff to do with Inscription here somewhere. Oh no, here it is. It's this one. I missed it. So this is my brain thoughts on Inscription at the moment. There you go. Oh, Marshmallow, thank you very much for using your Prime. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Thank you for your support. Let's see, a whole load of emotes for you. Thank you very much indeed. I'm not sure how Bandit would handle the cat either. He's very play forward. I wouldn't want the cat to get hurt. Yeah, we need Rasheen here. Hopefully she's okay. He's normally in. Yeah, the sub Oreo on his back is his default position, certainly. Looks like a ton of steps to do. Yeah, it's a fair amount. It's not too bad. If we look at what I'm looking at here, which is leveling Inscription. So we're currently on getting ourselves to 140, so contracts. Get rank 2 as soon as possible through reputation, rank 3 through work orders. And then from 140 to 145 we're going to do Dark Moon cards. So we're almost there anyway. So I might use the Expulsum I've got at the moment. Because we need 2 Dark Moon cards. No, we need 2 Expulsum per Dark Moon card. So if we go and scrap the braces that Samadan's very kindly sent over, we could probably level up to 145 quite easy with some Dark Moon cards. So let's go over and open that up first. We have some expires here, and we have some sales as well. So let's deal with the expires first. And so we do have a sale of 4 War Scrolls of Battle Shout for 1,100. So that's really good. Let's pick those up whilst we're here. So we're currently at 16,000 gold in total at the moment. Let me move my bags over and you can see that. So this is just from doing things like world quests and questing. I haven't borrowed any money from any other characters. So I'll go and post those on first. So let's go through and do that. I'll run a post scan on, there's a few bits of transmog here, there's a few contracts, and the War Scroll of Battle Shout there, and contracts, and then various bits and pieces that may or may not sell. A lot of those are below minimum price for those contracts. So that's because I don't think I've set my pricing right on the Crimson Ink yet. I need to go through that. That's what the rest of that Miro board was about, was digesting the pricing, the correct pricing for my pigments, which I'll go into in a moment. But the first thing we want to do here is level up. So let me check my bag space at the moment. We have at the moment 29. They've got a load of stuff here, food and things that I could probably clear out some space. So let's go over to the guild bank and we'll just get a load of stuff deposited into there, and that will clear up a little bit of space. So I've emptied out all of my tie spray linen and I've turned it into braces, so that's why that's looking quite empty at the moment. So let's go over to my food section and then we can drop in all of these bits of meat which I've picked up, and then we can go over to my tailoring section, drop in the deep sea satin, the tide spray, and then we've got some jewel crafting stuff, we've got some leatherworking stuff, all kind of like miscellaneous bits and pieces here. So let me pop some of this in here, I think. Hardened Tempest Hide, Calcified Bone, Tempest Hide and Crag Scale. And then we've got some various jewel crafty bits there. And some Monolite Ore, Storm Silver Ore. Keep the Acacia Powder. Keep the Expulsum, obviously. The inking set we need to keep. Parchment we need to keep. Then we've got a few other bits and pieces here we probably need to either scrap or disenchant. Those are my first bit of corrupted gear. Gravethorn Grips, 35 corruption. Taking damage has a chance to increase your versatility by 800. I haven't got a enchant on those yet. I might replace my current gloves, which are the benthic gloves, with they have Culterian crafting. So let's go have a look. We could maybe go and buy some Culterian crafting, probably cheaper to buy it off the auction house. So let's just go over and look at crafting. So Culterian crafting is currently at 23 gold. And my actual crafting cost is 39 gold, so it's cheaper for me to actually buy this because I'm selling it there at 43 gold. So I'm actually just going to buy one here. And I'll go and pick that up and put that on my new gloves. Let's go over here and do that. Pick up my purchases. There we go. Oh my word. Proxim. Long time no see. And what an entrance. Wow. Thank you. That's a bombshell. A long time no see indeed. A year goes by very fast. Thank you ever so much. Coming straight in there with a massive gifted subs. Life's been very good. Thank you. How about yourself? How have you been? That is. There's so many emotes and stuff coming through here. I can't thank you enough. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you. Oh my word. That is... I'm just going to take ages for this to come through. That is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. I can't begin to thank you. That's amazing. I mean, Oreo is going to be spinning for the rest of the stream now, with all of the emotes coming through now. That's just going to keep on going. You didn't break anything at all. That was amazing. Thank you, Proxiver. Good to have you here. As always, thank you ever so much for stopping by. Cry or we'll riot. It's close, Persephone. It's close. That is amazing. Thank you. Got 4 emotes. I think all the emotes just came through there. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you. That means non-stop subscription Oreos for basically the rest of the stream. I would say so. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you. I'll try and keep an eye on chat as much as I can, but I'm sure a lot of stuff is going to come through. So, if there's anyone who deserves it, is you, so well. That is just amazing, so thank you very much indeed, Proxiver. I'll carry on with doing my tie spray braces, and I'll try and keep an eye on chat as much as possible, just to try and... actually, what I'll do is I can start scrapping, because then I can keep an eye on chat whilst I scrap. That might be easier there. Or is getting his fur destroyed by being in his back sandwich. Definitely mushy, definitely indeed. In fact, actually, Mushy, you've lost your own sub. I just spotted that there. Hold on. I do apologise. Hold on, let me sort that one out. Amongst all of that, I can't have my only moderator not with her correct status. So let me just pop that in. And an anonymous cheer at 150 bits as well. Thank you very much. That's incredibly kind of you as well. Well, let's just go through and sort Mushy out. There we go. Thank you, Mushy, for your continued support as a moderator. I would be lost without you. Let me just sort that out, close that down, because now my window's too big. There we go. And then I need to make my window bigger so I can see everything. There we go. Oh, I can't read now. There we go. I was faster than you. Oh, sorry, Happiest. I just had it there and I could just sort that out. Feed the Sun, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks goes to Proxiver for all of the subs. Absolutely amazing. A huge number of gifted subs. How long ago did I take over the weekly segment from Gumdrops? You was away from the WoW scene for a bit. So we are on number 112 at the moment, and I took over from Gumdrops at issue 100. So it's been 13 weeks exactly. There we go, Mushy, thank you. So yeah, 13 weeks. So it was just towards the end of November I took over doing the blog for Gumdrops. It's been a total honour, and I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed sort of incorporating in with my stream and being able to sort of keep abreast of the whole gold making thing at the same time. Thank you, Agent Rusky. It's very kind of you to say so. So whilst everything's coming through, let me see if I can just scrap a few things whilst I'm here, and I'll keep an eye on the chat at the same time, hopefully. Yes, me too, happiest. Definitely. Now, I don't have a lot of bag space here. Now what we need to do here, there's some other things we can do here. We've got our enchant we picked up, so we need to put that on our new gloves, which are the 420 corrupted gloves, and then we can wear these gloves, which is definitely going to be better for my item level. Now it's at 410, and now I can wear the Cultiran crafting gloves, which is going to be definitely good. I'm in a happy rock at all times, definitely. Yes, exactly. Bagnon, this is Addy Bags, the add-on I use here. It's very useful, and I've also got the TSM add-on to go with Addy Bags. So if you have a look at this here, go to add-ons. I've got Addy Bags and the Addy Bags up there, and the Addy Bags filter for TSM groups, which allows me to sort of sort it by TSM groups as well, which is really, really handy because I can sort out all my different herbs. So my BFA herbs are all sorted out up here, and my WOD herbs are all down here. You got 14 total. That's absolutely loads. I've got no idea how many there are at the moment. You spent the afternoon shuffling as someone posted 100,000 tie spray for 1 gold 70. Fantastic, web girl. That's brilliant. And Lord Barkius, thank you also for the follow. I hope you're doing well. Apologies if I miss anything coming through in the chat. We've got a constant stream of Oreo emotes going on at the moment. I'm going to try and clear out a little bit more space here. I probably need to... I wonder if I can sell anything easily here, or use anything up. I've got a contract, Storm's Wake. I've currently got a contract on me at the moment. Jewelry wise, there's a few different things here. Any weapons I've got here, 266. I could maybe market value of 3,500 on that sword. Maybe we can add a couple of things and sell those. I'm just looking to clear my groups a little bit here. So transmog wise, we've got Centurion short sword. Region sale is definitely a lot less than that. It's a BOE one, so I can't see that being that useful. Those sandals as well, probably worth just selling those from looking at those. And ultramarine, crimson ink, crimson pigment, maybe not so much. Good job the sub sound isn't a screaming banshee queen. Oh, this would be a long 100 subs. It would. I could turn it off, but it would feel disingenuous to do that because it's such an integral part of the stream. Alright, let's go and sell this one. I think we'll get 61 gold out of it at the moment, definitely. Disrupting the stream, however, I can't stop watching Oreo doing his spin. No problem, Proxiver. It's been an absolute honour, so no problem at all. And Dab, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Don't turn it off, it's quite relaxing. Yeah, we've got to have Oreo turning around all the time. I mean, we do have the real Oreo here. He could join in. He could very easily roll onto his back and join in. He's thinking about it. He usually gets into the right position, then decides just to turn over. Right, we've got 2 free space at the moment. That might be enough for the moment to... let's have a look, see if we can get rid of anything. Let's start with scrapping some of this stuff. So we've got the sandals, we might as well scrap those. Is there anything on the ignore list here that we could possibly get rid of now that we've got those? Those have been filtered out because they're not in their item range, so we might have to do something there. Oh, we sold something. War Scroll of Battle Shout, fantastic. There should be options to get 1 alert sound for gifted sub sizes. That would be dope, but also it's fun too. Yes, I wonder if there's I can do different sounds for gifted emotes versus regular gifted subs rather than regular subs. So maybe I can change that up. You watch 3 hours Witch a day, so it's not that weird. You got 14. 3 hours Witch? What do you mean, Darkwing? I might have missed one there. Ori's taken over the show the past half hour. He certainly has. We all know who the real stars of the stream are. Most definitely. It's Oreo all the way. Okay, so let's go through and start scrapping some of this stuff. So let's queue it up. Now, hopefully I'll have enough space in my bags to do all of this. Yeah, we will have, now that we've started on the nylon thread. So the main thing here is just make sure everything is scrapped and we can get some expulsum going. The more expulsum, the better, hopefully. We've got 3 so far, so that's good. Ghostlands, you are wonderful and you love you. Okay. Don't know if they watch you, but still. Okay, fair enough. PJC iPad, happy to catch a live stream. Big fan viewer on YouTube. Well, welcome on board. Good to have you here. You're a weird guy on Taramil, but we met there. Oh, right. That's fantastic. We still have Oreo coming through. I've got no idea where he's got to. Biscuit Dream, thank you for the follow. Missed you coming in there. Let's carry on and scrap things up. So we're currently up to 6 expulsum. So we may not get as much out of that tie spray as I thought I might get. But still enough to get me maybe enough skills up. I could probably do with a little bit more. I might have to pop over to Samadan and do a few more. Because we're currently up to 8. That only means 4 Dark Moon cards. I could probably do with at least maybe 15 Dark Moon cards, I would say. So that means I need about 30 expulsum. So I might do another page or 2. Let's go first though. Let's go see what we can do in terms of what we do have on us at the moment. Absolutely lovable too. What do you do if you don't get bored scrapping things? Watch a streamer who's doing scraps. Exactly, Mecca. We helped each other there. So oh, that's awesome, Darkwing. So let's have a look. What can we make? We can actually make 10. Oh, we only need 1 expulsum for the Dark Moon Cards of War. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, I was thinking I'd need 2. So this should get me easily to... we're aiming for 145 here. So this should be enough. I have no idea what these cards do yet. You combine them for something, I believe. 4 of Schools, 6 of Tides. Let's carry on until we get to 145. Let's do this and then this one. Only 40 spins left now. Is that all, Proxiva? Wow, it's gone through quickly. 144 already, and then 1 over to 145. The best kind, definitely. You're doing a farm and watching someone scrap. You love how we get entertained. Exactly, that Cyclone. Exactly. Let's carry on. Should we make some more? I think I'll leave them for the moment. We're at our exactly what we needed, 145, because now we can go over to Najata and deal with some of the last bit, although I will need some Zenithid for that. And as we saw, the Zenithid prices were quite high. So what am I going to do there? That's going to be interesting. So looking at my... where is it? Looking at my list here on the Miro board. So we have we've got ourselves up to 140 with the Dark Moon cards. So we need Expulsum for that. And then 145 to 175. We need to learn the new recipes for Najatar, and then mill Zenithid for Maroon Ink. That's the next thing to look at on the list. So let's go over and do that. We'll just jump over here, and then head into Najatar. There we go. And then, as well as the sub Oreo, we have real Oreo. Let me just move him over there. There we go. Real Oreo is also upside down at the moment, enjoying his subs. He's all worn out from his subs. Look what you've done, Proxiva. He's so tired. He's completely worn out. Right, let's go have a look at what we need to do. And where's my... They're over here. So let's go over here and learn the new recipes. I believe it's this person. Instructor Okano, train me in Inscription. So now we can pick up Maroon Ink. We'll train in that. And we might as well pick up the Notorious Etched Vessel. Although we're going to go straight for Uncanny eventually, I guess. And then let's go over, so we've got 145 for mill multiple xenanthids at once. Okay, so we need to get to 155 for mass mill here. So, in which case we need some xenanthid. Now, do I actually have any on me? That would be the first question. I do have 25 on me. I don't know if that's enough at the moment. Let's have a look. Maroon ink here is currently yellow. We need maroon pigment. That's the... Where's maroon pigment? Mass milling? No, it's not in there. Where's maroon pigment? Have I missed it somewhere? Darkman cardboard, Notorious. Mass milling's there. Crimson ink. Well, that's Draenor stuff, and that's regular stuff. I would have thought it would have been in mass milling, but we haven't got mass milling yet. So it's just maroon ink. When milling herbs in Najatar. Crimson ink. Gunda's Bite. Doesn't give me anything there. Interesting. The pigment is just from milling the herbs, but I was looking for actually milling. Oh, you just right click on the herb, don't you? Of course. Silly me. I completely forgot it. We just right click it, don't we? No, we don't. What am I missing here? Hold on. Let me just have a look in chat. Someone's probably told me and I haven't read it. There we go. It's from the Xenanthid, yeah. Wore him out. Ori had to jump off the screen. All the gifted subs again. Yeah. One of the cats you had when you were as a teenager. It looks so much like her. Makes you want to go, oh, sorry to hear that, Persephone. And Samadan, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Right, what did I miss? It's just from milling the herbs, yeah. Thank you for your videos introducing people to TSM. They've helped you immensely. And today you made 100,000 in just an hour. Not all that much, but a good start. It's a very good start indeed, Firexacanth. Good to have you here. You have to mill a few times with the button. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Under professions. Look at my professions tabs. Milling's a herb skill. Aha, right. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what I've missed here. So, right, of course, yes. Mill. I did have that, didn't I? Let's go to my spellbook. Abilities. Go to my professions. Milling. This one here. We have it here as our thing. I forget about this. And mass milling, because I haven't done it in a while. So we need to go here, and then we press dash and do that. There we go. It's on my bar. Thank you, everyone. We got there in the end. So it's a bit like picking lock or disenchanting, isn't it? You have to execute the command and then do it. And I was expecting a skill up at this point. I haven't received one at the moment. Let's keep doing it. Maybe I am mistaken. Oh no, don't tell a lie. We don't get a skill up from that. We get it from the maroon ink, and we need distilled water for that. I'm learning still with this inscription. We're getting there now. So distilled water, we'll switch to the regular interface, and we shall buy up, say, so let's buy 1,000. 5 stacks of that. That should keep me going for the moment. Milling is similar to crafting tailoring braces. Sometimes you have to make so many it takes a while. Yes, it does seem to be something like that, certainly. There are a few Gallywix style goblins, money over everything, but the majority of us are very community focused. Exactly. Persephone, couldn't say it better myself. Everything's goblins are like some weird cutthroat cartel, but we're usually like the most wholesome bunch ever. Exactly, happiest. And Persephone was echoing that, wasn't he? Yeah, definitely. Making inks is one of the most time consuming. You set mine off before you take the kids to school. I think that's where we were talking earlier about having multiple accounts. This would be really useful to be, say, making braces on one character and milling things on another. It would definitely be useful. Oh, Oreo's gone off to get some food. He's so exhausted with all the subs coming through. He needs to get some more energy. I'll turn his camera off for the moment and we'll come back when he comes back in. There we go. What was the UI whilst buying things? Does that come from Adipack as well? No, that is from another add-on called Buy 'em All. So if I go to my add-ons here, it's this one, Buy 'em All, which is really handy for just getting extra stacks of things. I also have another one, which is called Bulk Buy. I don't think I've got it on at the moment. No, I used to have it. That was a different one. So Buy 'em All is the one that does the bulk, does the stacks, which is really useful. You start your inks when you go to bed. That's another one. You make 14 of each highborn trinket restock, but it does take time and take time whilst crafting. Yeah, sorry, I haven't got a command for add-ons, Darkwing. That would be useful to have, certainly. My bot is broken. We need to do something about that, certainly. I'll add it to the list of things to do. Right, we're also 2116. We need to go back over to Awakening and check on the potential Silas proc. But first I want to carry on with this because we're in the middle of doing this maroon ink at the moment. So let's go through and create all maroon ink. So this will give me my skill up. This should get me to 150 and then we can mass mill after that. There we go. So we got up to 150, so now we can come back here. What did I miss there? You once PM some person who put a BOE for 199 instead of 199,000, which you bought out on a tiny server mainly you play on. Turned out he enjoys rolling battleground twinks in various brackets. How he buys their enchants and gems only from you, even if you've been undercut. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, the Najita music is lovely. Safe to say you can get every alt to max rep with Golden Lotus for the rest of the time with the account bound tokens. I think you're done doing this Veil farm for the year. That's pretty good going then, definitely. That would be awesome if you could do with the scrapper as well. Yeah, that'd be very nice, definitely. Is a sale rate showing again? It was an issue earlier. Let's have a look. So let's have a look at this. Inventory says region sale rate 0.02. This says region sale rate of 0.56. That looks to be correct to me for the herbs, definitely. Anchorweed region sale rate 0.54. Currently working as far as I understand it, certainly. Right, let's go pick up. Oh, I do believe we got through all the Oreos. Well, thank you again, Proxiva. That was amazing. Thank you very much. No, that's the wrong thing. And then we'll go over here, train me in Inscription. Oh, we need to be 155. Okay, my mistake. I need another 5. Ooh, that's going to be tricky. 5 more skill ups in Maroon Ink. Or we could make Notorious Combatant Etched Vessel, but there's no point really making that. So I'm going to stick with Maroon Ink, I think. I'm going to have to do a lot more Zinanthid for that, and I don't have any on me, which means we're going to have to buy some. So that's going to be interesting. Now, would I buy them at this current price? Or I could go around and try and farm some up. That's another option. We could go through and maybe pick up a few, but that's going to be slow going. And we do have 16,000 gold on me at the moment. We're using the ink from 155 to 175 exactly, so I will need it anyway. So it's certainly not wasted. Izzy Gaming, thank you very much for the follow. So you'll use it even though it's green, exactly. So I need 30 maximum. Right, let's have a look. Let's see if we can find some Xenonthid at a... Well, it's not going to be a reasonable price. We already saw earlier it was quite expensive. But what can I buy for... Well, I've got 16,000 on me. It's currently at 83 gold now. That's the base price. So it's certainly a lot more expensive than my mat cost of 24 gold. So if we were to buy some out, how much can we afford? Well, if we wanted to buy all of that out, that would cost me 1 million gold to buy 12,000 Xenonthid at that price, which is a little bit expensive. So let's try a little bit less than that. So 12 would be 1,000. So I've got 16,000 on me. So let's try something like 50. So that's 4,000. So that would be a good start. Let's start with that. Only 1 million. No brainer. Exactly. If only I had 1 million to throw away. Because it would be throwing it away at that price. Right, let's take that for the moment. Oh, we do have some tide spray left, actually. I didn't realise I had some left. We can make some more expulsum with that. Okay, so let's have a look back at our milling. No, we have to mill it first, don't we? So bags, let's mill. So we have to do this a few times to get our maroon pigment. We get a fair amount of it, actually. 2, 3 and 4 procs from there, so that's not too bad. Thanks for all you do. Finally caught me on Twitch. Only to see your YouTube stuff so far. Helped me to get just under 4 million in addition to buying Warcraft 3 and Shadowlands since August. That's absolutely fantastic, Izzy Gaming. Congratulations, and I'm glad it was useful to you. Alright, so we've milled. Well, milled quite a lot of that quite quickly, actually. Well, we mill it in chunks of 5 at a time, so that's interesting. So with that done, we now have 35 maroon ink. So let's start on that. This should get me, hopefully, well, we'll stop as soon as we get to 155. There we go. That was quick. So now at 155, we can go and buy mass mill, but we've already done that. But that's going to be useful anyway. So let's do the Xenonthid mass mill. And then we've got highborn compendiums left. Highborn compendium sundering. So those are interesting. Haven't looked into those yet. Having tried selling the uncanny gear, the new foods and all farming on your server without any luck whatsoever, anyone give you a few hints on what is currently selling, except the above, mentioned on other servers to nudge you in a different direction. Those trinkets sell a lot, do they? Okay, thank you, Metcalf. Consumables, that's definite. The alchemy for me has been really good at the moment, Roxiver. If you do have an alchemist with Silas, I'd recommend that. Oh, Orio's come back, so let me turn his camera back on. Bright One too, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday so far. Those all sell well and quickly, at least one on the 2 servers you sell them on. Okay. Or you've got coarse and dredge leather. All the bones sell constantly. Mushy will agree, definitely. Those trinkets are the one thing you make as much as uncanny gear. Right, well that's definitely worth thinking about then, definitely. I'm doing lovely, thank you very much. Right One too. Had a very busy weekend with the family, so it's lovely to spend a bit of time here, and we're currently getting our inscription up to max level, which is really good. You sold about 160 highborn trinkets from Inscription the past week. Wow, okay. So this could be my my Goldmaker journey starting properly on Samadan with Inscription. So we need to get up there. We need to get to that point. So we need these last 20 points here. Some maroon ink we can carry on with whilst it is green, I guess. So let's create all of these for the moment. And then mass mill Xenonthid is here, so that's what we probably needed to do as well. to get ourselves the last bit. We can do this whilst it's green anyway, as we have done this in its current state, and then once that's done, then we're up to 162 already, so that was quick. So let's go over and buy some more Zenithid. We can probably buy another 50 at 4,000 gold. So let's start with that. Recent searches, did we have Zenithid on here? No. Let's just do this one as we're here. Just killed 5 bosses on Heroic, getting ready for number 6, the Hive Man. Oh, congratulations, Mushy. That's really good going. What sells on a server and what doesn't really depends on the server. If you're on a dead one with no high-end raiders, you may sit on stuff that normally sells fast. This is very true. It's finding your niche in your server is always the tricky part. So Zenithid at 83. So let's go and buy what we can afford at the moment, 50 at a time. We could go for 100 at this point, but that'll take a lot of our gold out. So I'm just going to do this in small chunks at the moment, because I would like to see what I can do with this and what I can make else after this. And I am also conscious I need to jump over to Goldmaking and check on a Silas prog. So I'm going to buy this for now, and then we'll go back over to our mass milling now, which is now green. That's interesting. Whilst that's green, we can only do it in blocks of 20. So I will have to buy a lot of Zenithid to get the skills up here. Interesting. Obviously I'm going to probably use all this ink. Now, am I better carrying on this maroon ink whilst this is... Actually no, I can do the maroon ink whilst I mass mill, can't I? So I do 2 of these, then I can make the maroon ink out of what I've just done. That's fine, that would work. Slaughter78788, thank you for the follow. And did I miss you, Eyes On earlier? Thank you also for the follow. And Darth Mavis, I missed you as well. Thank you both for the follows. Serenite ore totally dried out on your server. What is a good price to sell a stack for? Have a look at the sort of the region price. Would be my first thought. Rosenquist. What are grilled Nasher prices priced at on my server? Let's have a look at grilled Nasher whilst we're here. The offhand that is red sells pretty good on your server. You sell about 1 every few weeks. It's a cool transmog. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we're looking for grilled Nasher. Grilled Nasher is currently here at 350 gold. That is quite expensive compared to the region market value of 213. So that's something I should certainly get into on Samadan. That looks like it's worth doing. Check region prices of both and make them into bars. Exactly. Is that for the... that was for the Saronite, was it? Yeah, Saronite ore, yeah. So you look at Saronite ore. Currently on my server it's 40 gold. Region market average is 28 gold. Region sale average is 14 gold. So that's definitely something that you could possibly make use of. 40 gold seems like a good price to go for if it's completely dried out on your server. That's 10 gold more than the region average on EU, that is. I don't know what NA is.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Right, so, Darth Mavis, first time watching you, the weekly wrap-up live rather than on YouTube. Videos streamed to help you over the 2 million mark. Congratulations. You will have your Brutal soon. You will at that rate, definitely. Well, congratulations. That's fantastic. Right, so we are done with this bit. How are we doing on Inscription overall then? We're at 167 out of 175. So we need more maroon ink. We need to do some more mass milling. We can probably afford to buy some more Zenithid. So let's go through and buy ourselves, rather than 50, let's get 60, because then we can do 3 mass meals out of that. This is all going to be used up, definitely. So if we buy this, let's buy 60. The important thing here is I'm trying to make use of my own gold here. And so we're going to buy out another 60. That takes me down, though, to just 3,000 left. I don't really want to go too much lower than that. If I can't get up to max level by this, then I'll leave it and see if I can get some more gold. I'll have to make some things. Maybe. Let's have a look. Feels like a good price. Yeah, that's the thing. It's priced at 90 on your server, and it's not selling. Wow. Okay. I guess it depends on. It's not a good. You don't think it's a good food people buy. Oh right. Is it not that useful, the food? That would make sense then. You tried the new food as well. It died down really hard on sales. I wonder why that is. I've not tried the new food myself. Did I open up my buys? Yes, I did. So we go here and we'll mass mill 3 times. Hope for a proc. We got 1, not a proc, a skill up rather. And now we can do the maroon ink and hope for some more skills up on this one. Get ourselves up to, well, it'll be nice if this stayed green all the way to 175, which it looks like it might do. This could be good. We're up to 171. We may not get up to 175. It'll be close. 172. 173. 174. Oh, so close yet so far. 174 out of 175. We could do a notorious etched vessel just to get ourselves over the mark, but that seems a little excessive. So let's see if we can pick up those new recipes and deal with those in the end. So let's go here, train me in Inscription. So let's take these compendiums. These are the new things. These are at 160. Now imagine there's maybe ranks in these. Let's have a look. We learn all of these. Ooh, 174, I know, it was so close. Well, these are definite skills up. These trinkets, though, they don't look like they have ranks, which is going to be useful. We can definitely get ourselves up to 175. It uses ultramarine ink, light parchment, and some expulsum. Well, that's good. We can send some more things over, some more braces over, and deal with that. Oak Cream, thank you very much for the follow. Kaido, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And how to install the new TSM. Keep getting the old version message. Now we had an interesting one from that earlier. I would have thought the app helper would keep it up to date, because that's what I've been doing. The add-on version here, currently at 4.926, the app helper should keep everything up to date. That's the first thing I load, and then I load WoW after that. That should hopefully get things working for you. If not though, check your version number, 4.9.26. The app helper should help you on that one. You need to delete all the old TSM add-ons. Oh, this is what they had a look at, wasn't it? I saw it on one of the release notes, wasn't it? So if you've still got the old add-ons, like the old TSM3 ones. I see, okay. You're a blacksmith miner, so it seems your options are drying up by the second. It seems raw gold farming is the one to pick right now then. You have one more option though. How are the uncanny sales with blacksmithing for you, Proxiver? Because I hear that blacksmithing's quite good for uncanny sales. That's an option potentially. But in general, people don't use food on the visions yet. It'll be useful in the future when it gets harder and harder. See, I thought visions are going to get easier and easier once people's cloaks got higher and their corruption level got higher, but maybe I'm mistaken. Speaking of so close, you finished this week with 999 out of 1,000 seething cinders for the Kata legendary stuff, and your mate. Oh, that's terrible. Happiest. Hopefully, you can get the next one soon. You made 5 of each and not a single one sell yet. Oh, okay, Proctor. Well, it's worth a try. I know some servers are good and some servers are not so good. I've had very few sales myself on the Uncanny Gear so far. Maraxus, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. It's a mix between the cloak and research tree becoming better and better, and people doing multi-mask runs. Right, okay. As soon as the mask comes in, right, I don't even know about this mask, so that's going to be interesting. Right, let's get one of these done. Which one of these should I make? So what I would do is, wow, these have got a good min buyout on them. Let me check the TSM on this. And the compendiums have got a sale rate of 0.29 for the sundering one. Your first 5 levels you go directly to the boss and kill within 5 minutes. After that you need to go to other wings and it gets longer. I see, okay. So Darla just did a video on these trinkets. Oh, okay. I'll have a look at his video, definitely. Do you have to update the add-on in-game? No, you should do it with whilst the game isn't loaded. The add-on, the app helper should do all the updating for you before you load WoW. Sleepy, how are you? Happy to see me live. Thanks for your vids and re-uploads your streams. You're more than welcome. Good to have you here, Sleepy King. Blacksmith is not good money at the moment. Raw gold farms is where the real money is. Well, that's certainly an option. And I did put one on the Wowhead blog that we were talking about earlier. Let me see, I've still got it here. If we go Wowhead, and then, oh, I missed that one. And then there we were looking at, down at the bottom, we were talking about raw gold farms. This one from Kraken Latte was an interesting one. If you are looking for alternative gold making methods, that is one to think about. Usually keep the trinkets up, keep 3 up at a time. They get undercut within 30 minutes. Right, okay, well let's have a look. I'm going to go for the 0.29 Highborn Compendium. And Portman North, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. For someone who played anything other than the gold missions in Auction House during Legion, tell me if you need to do balance of power per character or is it account wide? Ooh, I don't know, happiest. Right, let's make one and get ourselves up to 175. Let's craft one of these. And then Highborn, Compendium of Sundering, and we're up to 175. Fantastic. So, with that done, let's go list that one on. So we'll make a new group. Is it too late to start getting gold for the Longboy? No, definitely not. You will have your work cut out for you. It depends when Shadowlands is released, obviously. But it's certainly possible. It's certainly possible. So we're going to make a new group under Inscription. And we'll call this Highborn Compendium. Highborn Compendium. I'm going to add in this Sundering one. And a group operation. Let's have a look. What could we add on this? Crafting Standard. Let's have a look at that. And then crafting wise, let's say, well, 5. Let's create a new operation. Restock quantity 3 is a good one. Set a minimum profit to, let's keep it modest at 10% crafting. Remember, that's profit, not total. Crafting. And we'll call this 3 of each, 10% crafting profit. That should work. Thanks for the videos, help a lot. Have a good day. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, Sassy Girl. Good to have you here. Where do I find this operation of mine? Most of mine can be found on my pastebin. You're more than welcome to take them there. What professions do I have left now? I've got jewel crafting to do. I've got blacksmithing and engineering would be my main ones. I've got a feeling there's something else I'm missing, but I'm not sure. So, yes, paste bin. Alright. Paste bin. There we go. So my latest, I don't think this one is on yet because I'm still working on this one, but this is fairly simple at the moment. I thought we'd try getting the fell corehound harness recipe and saw it had a 3% drop chance. Went and gave it a try and received it on your first try. That's fantastic. Is the drop rate correct on Wowhead? You're just lucky. Now, would making this mount perhaps give you a few sales? Meaning you could, would anyone still be interested in the mount? Give it a go, certainly. Fishing is another one. I do have fishing on Samadan, certainly. I would also like to try archaeology on Awakening as the alchemist, and getting the Vial of the Sands recipe would be a good thing to do as well. So I do need to do archaeology. You enjoyed your jewel crafting and blacksmithing together on one character if you just want to buy all. That's certainly a consideration, I think, having those two together. I was thinking of doing jewel crafting and inscription together, but I ended up with Samadan doing herbalism and inscription because they paired together as well. It depends on how much reputation is needed for each of them, because obviously I'm putting a lot of work into getting reputation here on Samadan, so that is worth thinking about. So group wise, let's have a look at the Highborn Compendium. We have the one on, and we have 3 each, 10% crafting profit, and crafting standard, which will give me basically a min price of the maximum between either 110% crafting, 60% DB market, 50% DB region market average, and then that's 300% and 150%. What does that look like on my tooltip for this Highborn Compendium? Let's see if I can find it first. Is it a jewelry? There it is. It's a trinket. So min price is 4,800. Normal price is 7,999, which is what the DB market is, and maximum price is 15. So that's worth it at that point. Let's try that. Let's try posting this on. Let's have a look. So let's go here, auctioning, turn that on, run a post scan. So contract Storm's Wake are going in, and Highborn Compendium at 7,999. Now, if I can sell one of those, my gold is going to be doubled, quadrupled already. So that'll be a good start if I can get a sale in that. And then I'll see if I can make a few more with what I've got. I can make a few different ones perhaps. Let's have a look here. What do we need for the compendiums? I've got some Expulsum, so that's something. I've got lots of ultramarine ink, and I've got a little bit of maroon ink. I'm going to use up a fair amount on that. I need to look at my pricing of these. I still haven't done that yet. But what I really wanted to do before the end of the stream was jump over to Awakening and quickly check on my Silas. So let's do that first before I forget. Going to try and see if you can solo an island with your main to boost your 2 multi-box ults alone. Good luck, Drizzling. That sounds like a fun challenge, certainly. Awakening, that's what I want to do. Nocturnal. Hello, using TSM for the auction house, but still worth after the new auction house. Oh, absolutely. Because TSM does so much more than the standard auction house. It enhances everything you do on the regular auction house. The regular one is great. It's definitely great. But TSM gives you so much more in terms of being able to craft on demand, being able to mail things to other characters, being able to keep a track of all the market prices and the DB region and the average price of everything. So it's definitely worth it. Rasheen, you're here just in time. We needed some good luck on Silas, so thank you ever so much for stopping by. Let's see if we can use some Rasheen luck and get ourselves a Silas prop. We didn't. Such a shame. How are you, Rasheen? Good to have you here. We've had terrible luck with Silas. Terrible luck. It's all week and we've had no Silas and we're nearly out of stock. The craft on demand with TSM is basically that's what your crafting operations are for. Is basically you only craft what you've sold. So you have a crafting operation of, say, to make 3 of a potion, say, and you won't craft any more of that potion until you've sold some potions. So that way you can craft only when things are sold. So it's a very, very useful thing to do. Time to name change to Jinx. For a crafter, the task shopping list feature alone makes TSM invaluable. Yes, that's another good feature, certainly. And Bone Arrow, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. So, with nothing on this, we can at least pick up some sales, I think. They will have come through. So another 10,000 in sales. We're doing really well on sales, but we're really poor on stock at the moment. So let's just pick up those whilst we're here. No problem, Debecca. Is TSM Premium worth it? As a feature set, it doesn't add a great deal, because I think the way the TSM team wanted it was to make everything available to everyone free of charge, which is great. It's the kind of sentiment I like as well in terms of the stuff I offer on stream here and on YouTube. Is I want to make it's the day of the internet, and so things really should be free. But if you do want to support the team, I would highly recommend using the premium. The way I looked at it was TSM has enabled me to earn enough gold to pay for my WoW token, and the price of getting premium on TSM is much less than the monthly sub of WoW. So for me, it's a way of saying thank you to the TSM team, and also it's a sort of like discount price, doing something I find fun and giving me enough to pay for WoW. So that's my own personal thinking of it. Oh, Happiest, thank you very much for gifting us up to Grizzly. That's really kind of you. I missed that earlier. Thank you very much. So I hope that makes sense. And I do have a TSM affiliate link, so that if you want to support the TSM team and also support me at the same time, you are more than welcome to use that. I think it's just TSM, and if you use that link, then TSM will get their money, and I'll also get a small amount of money as well. Fishing is production, a couple of sales. However, you caught 23,000 fish so far, and perhaps sold 1,000 of them. As you can see, he's struggling quite a bit. Made 7,000 of apparent Voitin, 9,000 malformed Nasha in the locker, selling quite poorly. The rest is just a mixed pot. His best choice would be transfer to Samadan server. Well, you're more than welcome over here on my server. As many as welcome, for sure, definitely. Ryan, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you're doing well. Right, so we're done here, we're done there. Let's quickly, what should we do for this last bit? We should go over to Samadan, and we should send some more bracers over to Stabadan, I would say. That is a lot of fish, definitely, Hippie Chick. You've certainly got the fishing off to a T, Proxiva, even though sadly you haven't had as many sales. Okay, so we still have an awful lot of bracers here. Oh, we've had some sales, so that's good. The Umbra Shard, Enchant Weapon, Masterful Navigation, and some Bear Tartar. So that's 1,000 gold in sales. So I'll take that, thank you very much. And then let's open up a whole bag full of Tide Spray bracers, which we processed earlier. So let's start with that lot. Now we're going to send a whole load of this over, rather than to Earthen, we're going to send this to Stabadan to help with his Inscription and the Highborn trinkets. So we'll just open up a full lot here, and then we'll use our group. So this is the great thing about TSM. So it's not sending, the send greens is going to Stabadan, So those will be sent on over. They've all gone over. That leaves me with just the blues. So I'll open up another batch, and then I'll start disenchanting the blues for myself in the hope I can get some veiled crystals. You're on the Sunstrider server and constantly doing cancel scans. Either I'm incredibly unlucky or someone is botting. Or I wonder if it could be the time of day, perhaps. Because sometimes I post early in the morning and that helps. Have you tried that, Proxiver? Try a different time of the day when you post. So you only sell on one round. Can't try another server since you can never keep up already. Deciding to save to 40 million for the black market unobtainable mounts, all by game time for your multi-boxing accounts too. And you pay half with job money. That's fair enough. Right, so should I open some more? Let's go for one lot more. That should be a fair few braces to Samadan for scrapping. So I am helping my other character now. It's not completely self-sufficient. This seems to be the best way for me to do expulsum on multiple characters, is the tie spray linen method. So with that done, I can at least disenchant some of these and hope for at least a few veiled crystals along the way. And then I can go over to Samadan and deal with all of the braces and get myself some expulsum. Then I can make myself some of those highborn trinkets and hopefully get some sales from then. How's the population on the realm? Don't know, but if you like fishing, definitely go. Regular cooks for raiding and feasts, of course. So I find cooking-wise on Samadan, the biltong sells really well, and Mekdal's Big Mek. Those two definitely sell well for me. Do I have some horde character? I have one nocturnal. We have Nadamas, who is an undead priest, so he's the anti-Samadan. And I did a character boost on him up to 120, mainly to play with my son, who sadly isn't actually playing at the moment. He's let his subscription run out. But I would like to do some more with him, get some professions going. He's currently got dual gathering professions. There's something I can do there, certainly. There's options, certainly. Having another 120 character is certainly going to... I'm thinking it's going to be something self-contained, really, because they're not going to be able to do anything with the other one. Why has he stopped playing? Oh, he enjoys playing so many other games at the moment. So he's currently enjoying Factorio at the moment, is one of his current game, which looks really good fun, actually. I'd like to try give that a go myself. Right, so we're done with that. Let's jump back over to Samadan for the last bit, and we'll just try and scrap a few of these. Go for some 2x4 spare parts farm to feast. Yeah, I mean, getting some spare parts would really help with that, certainly. And then getting the... So, yeah, the feast, I haven't tried very many of those. That would be definitely useful. Try Kingdom Come Deliverance or Skyrim. Awesome games. Yes, I used to enjoy Skyrim, and then I took an arrow to the knee. That was a great game to play when it first came out. Actually, bags are flying off the shelf at the moment. You sold 12 in this island run. That's fantastic, Rose. Really good. Let's go back over here. Of course, any Skyrim reference wouldn't be the same. I loved Skyrim when I played it, though. I went full on crafting some really good armour, and then was able to sort of dual wield my way through the campaign. It was really good fun. I didn't get the dragon expansion, though. I missed out on that one. Right, let's go pick up our mail. We could do with some space in our bags, though. We are running a bit shy on space here, so I need to reorganise that. I need to make a group to send the linen back to Samadan as well. So that's something to look into. Let's go through here. Let's open up what I can for the moment. You have some stuff that says no assigned operation. Where do you fix that? That means something that either is in a group and doesn't have a operation assigned to it for posting, or it's not in a group at all. Dragon bone armor. Yes, I think that was him. Been trying to get your wife to try out WoW a few times. Got answered every time. Never going to happen. That's fair enough, son. My wife probably less interested in WoW itself, but she was an incredible advice when I started Goldmaking, and she used to help me out with sort of the spreadsheets and sort of just thinking from a market value point of view, because she's got a very analytical brain, and she was able to sort of really help sort of pick it apart. Kadjit did nothing wrong. Kadjit is innocent. Oh, it is in a group though. So it's in a group, but it hasn't been assigned an operation. So if you go into your group and say, for instance, let's look at the one we just set up today. So you've got something in a group, but then the group operation, the auctioning operation, it needs to have an operation here. For me, I'm using crafting standard at the moment. You can solo islands. Fantastic, excellent. What is the command for the TSM playlist? Forgot to save the playlist. What do you mean by playlist? Is that for... and pretty much all day long on your third screen whilst you work. We'll give it a couple more months and then we'll do a server transfer. What server was I on again? I am on Shadow Song on EU. It's a fairly medium pop server, I would say, but I really enjoy it here. I've been here since vanilla. I know of no other server, so I can't sort of really compare to any others at this point. Excuse me, I'm getting a bit croaky here. I'll be ending the stream soon, I think. Oh, the actual playlist. Ah, right. Sorry. Yes, Dereka. That is. I got the wrong kind of playlist. I think that is Learn. Let me try it. There we go. That's the TSM one. That should help. Nocturnal 66. Thank you very much for the follow. It's very kind of you. Would be cool to level to 120 with them. Then you can gear the alts and cloth farm towards the trades. Fantastic. And Coco, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. You have literally just caught me at the end of the stream, but it's lovely to have you here. Remember, as a medium server, so sales will be much slower than high or full server. This is true. My sales do sort of like fluctuate a fair amount, certainly. At the moment, I would say they're fairly slow by comparison to what they used to be, certainly at Legion levels. And Dunlay, thank you also for the follow. Hope you're doing well this fine evening. So, Tide Spray, we've got a load we need to scrap. Now, we need to make an operation to send the linen and the nylon thread over to Samadan. So, let's do that now. You talked with Farmer True a bit about the other day, multi-boxing with 40 accounts. Yeah, that's full on, certainly. Farmer True's really got it down to a fine art. Right, so we don't need this. We need a separate group here, and we're going to call this send to Samadan. Now I have this on Earthen. It's going to be the same kind of group. So we're going to add in nylon thread and Tide Spray linen. And then onto this group operation, we're just going to have a mailing operation. And we're going to call this create new operation. I'm going to call this send to Samadan. And target character is going to be Samadan. And ignore all the other, let's keep it all at default. So now when I go into my groups under the mailing and click on Center Samadan, mail selected groups, it should send over the Tide Spray linen and the nylon thread that we got from the scrapping, and that also quite handily free up 2 slots, so when I go and scrap again I've got some free bag space to do it. So we'll go over here and we'll queue up some scrapping, and this will give me some expulsum, which will then, oh, it needs to be a bit closer, there we go, and then this will give me a bit more expulsum to be able to make the compendiums, and then from there we should hopefully start making some gold with Inscription. Try selling on raid times, usually 7 to 8. Yeah, that's another good idea. Lots of great ideas here. Check WoW progress to see how many people are doing mythics. Yeah, WoW progress is really handy for seeing how many sort of active raiding guilds and things like that are on your server. No problem, Rosenquist. Don't go for the WoW populations website. Is that because the information is inaccurate at the moment? Have I heard of Koi Unleashed? Seems to be my style of game. No, I haven't heard of that one. That does sound interesting. Do I have some actual guide for leatherworking and skinning? Not at this current stage, no, because my leatherworking is very, very basic. It's just Drums of Fury and Uncanny gear. That's all it is. You're more than welcome to take my paste bin. Actually, no, my paste bin's out of date. That's still on Notorious gear. But when I do export it again, then my leatherworking one will be more up to date. I have loads of competition on higher pop servers, so pros and cons, exactly. Upper 7,000 level population. I'm not sure what that... 7,000? Is that sounds really low. If no one's doing raids or dungeons on a medium server, it can be small or a connected one, yeah. Finally, we seem to have a single guild who's down all 2 of 12 and Nyalotha. Oh wow, okay, happiest. That's a good start, certainly. Right, okay, on that note, I'm going to finish up because it's 10 o'clock and I need to get ready for work tomorrow. So, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's hung out in chat tonight. It's been absolutely amazing. Big thank you, obviously, to Proxiver for your huge amount of gifted subs. That was totally exceptional, so thank you for that. It's been a totally amazing stream. Thank you all for stopping by. Let me have a look and see if I can throw a host on over to someone. Oh, I don't have my... bear with me one moment as I bring up my Twitch, because that's how I find people. Let's move this over whilst it loads up. Indeed, Proxiver is very, very kind of you. Let's see who is on. Is there anyone on? We have Traxxas on, and we also have Warcraft Radio, and Blar's doing a different game. We also have Melan is on. Thanks for the stream. Also, absolutely fantastic, incredible human. Oh, thank you so much. Look forward to the Sunday streams. Starting the moment. The last one says, have a great week. Oh, that's very kind of you. Skate chatting again. You too. It's been a long time. It's good to have you back, certainly. Let's go over and let's do a raid over to Trax, as he seems to be doing some gold making stuff. So I'll do it as a raid. I know, Rasheen, you and Trax have had words, but I think it's only fair, as one of the few gold makers that's on at the moment, we shall send him some love. I will do it as a raid, so you can opt in or out. / raid. Oops, hold on. Raid. It's the 4 that gets me. There we go. Yes, losing is never good for anyone. I certainly wouldn't recommend that. But as a fellow gold maker, I will still send him some love. Now, I would say a big massive thank you to everyone from myself and Oreo. Oh, Oreo, I haven't got your camera on. I do apologise. Oreo's still here. He's just laying down. There we go. See you on my server soon. Fantastic, Proxivir. Be lovely to have you here. More than welcome. So from myself and the lovely Oreo, we bid you good night. There we go. Bit of Oreo love. Thank you all. Have a lovely week, and I will be around next Sunday. And until then, happy gold making, and we'll see you very soon. Good night and farewell. Let's see if this raid works. Right, I think that's worked. Okay, let's send that over.